Hello, welcome to Quackalope. Thank you for being here. We're diving into part 2, but don't leave. Tainted Grail, Kings of Ruin.
Oh, yeah.
If you're diving in for this one, honestly, it's a good time to dive in, because we ended the last one completely screwed.
Why did you bring me in when you guys knew that you're completely screwed?
Up a creek without a paddle. I called in help. I'm just flavor text now. West is here.
This is not a good like, I can see this already looks bad.
Yeah.
This already looks really bad.
The game is going amazing. Our skill level at the game is going horrible. And like I said on the other one, this is honestly just our attempt to sit down and have fun and dive into something we're insanely excited about. Katie is here, who runs our Discord community. Call him Daddy Duck, if you will, down in the comments down below. I think that's the first official channel reference to Daddy Duck.
That might be. The
lore historians on the Discord are writing the tales now. Leave that down below. He has played through everything from the original, except maybe like side modules or little know, you played through the campaign twice.
Yep.
Which is insane. I absolutely love Tainted Grail. Didn't play through the campaign twice, but doesn't change the facts. And West has never played before.
No.
So, like some of you, this is going to be his first chance to dive in to this game. West, give us your general understanding of what Tainted Grail is, and then we're just going to start playing.
So some of King Arthur's people got lost on this ship, and then they got messed up because they got super weird. And now they're trying to get back to King Arthur, and they're having trouble finding the right way. And all these weird people came back and said, "Hey, you can't go there."
That sounds pretty accurate.
That was pretty close,
I like
right?
that. That's a very official, abridged version of what's happening.
It's not a bad...
You know, I think that about summarizes, and that feels pretty standard.
We are drinking some Colkegan Scotch whiskey, single malt. This also came from some members of our community, sent it over to my P.O. box. P.O. box always down below if you want to send any whiskey this way. This is much cleaner than the Lagavulin that we were drinking before.
But I'm very partial to Lagavulin and Lefroy. Great times.
This is much more of like a sweet sipper.
Yep. Nope.
Like it or still a Lagavulin, man?
It's good. Not nearly smoky enough for me, but it's good. I will not.
He's the type of man that leans over a bonfire and just inhales.
I was about to say, Case, we have a fire going right now downstairs.
Yeah.
You could literally just take this and hang it over top.
Hey, you know, I that's an idea I'll explore later.
Katie is my good man. Can you please give us a quick overview, a 30-second rundown on what has happened up to this point, so the people that are tuning in that haven't watched the original can understand where we are. What went wrong?
Okay, so, you know, we start from square one here. Jesse tried to befriend some denizens of a windmill.
I did.
Twice. Turned out that they hate his guts and didn't like him.
Want to talk to me.
He failed twice. The man who can sweet talk his way in anywhere just failed horrifically.
I sweat talked myself into your hearts.
A turtle, got some cool stuff. You know, we were exploring, getting some cool loot. Suddenly, a big hex leech appeared. Jesse was like, I got this. It annihilated him. And then I was like,
those are famous
I'm great. I'm going to roll over here and whip it. And it obliterated me.
Yep.
And where we leave off is how do we move forward as we're both going insane and terrorized?
This is a really good example of how you come from sheer desperation in this game and potentially keep moving on. Because the game is a bit of a grind sometimes. And that grind is not always bad. That grind is oftentimes that tightness and that puzzle that you want in a campaign game like this. So you are aware, our mission right now is to go and find the King's Road. This is chapter 1. We are trying to reconnect the pathways. We're trying to be able to access the rest of the kingdom, and we are on an adventure. And now the responsibility of the gameplay is off of my shoulders and onto West's.
Why is my character already going insane?
Mine is also going insane.
Both characters,
So you're fine.
are fully insane due to fighting the leech.
So if I had to think about where we are, right, we need to accomplish a couple things. So the Hex Leech didn't go away because it's a Guardian card. So
staying right there.
You can envision, like, if you fail at it or don't kill it, it's going to hang around. We have a die we'll roll later in evening to see what direction it goes.
It might come after us.
It could be lovely, and it could go off the map. It could also just come right for us. So we'll deal with that in a second, and we'll have to plan around accordingly what's happening. And I'm very certain in the campaign there'll be some lovely miniatures for a certain Hex Leech to give you a real idea of what you're looking at. But where we stand now, the Hex Leech is here. Clearly our goal kind of lies that way.
Well, yeah, we were definitely supposed to go up the pathway through the stone course. By the way, West, this location here, as the weirdness descended, the mountain ranges turned into screaming faces because they embodied the people who had traveled through this landscape before.
Okay.
And after generations and generations of them taking the dreams of humans and imbuing them in themselves, they now have a constant echoing and whistling scream emanating from them.
Yeah, it's
awesome.
It's interesting.
That sounds good. That sounds good.
West.
I mean, it sounds good. That it's like scary and
everything
whistling,
is
screamy things.
the horror's been turned up a bit on this side of the island. And if you're quiet, you can hear them in your mind. So the plus side is we kind of want to get over here, right?
Okay.
We have another pathway.
What I was going to say,
go to the left.
what's wrong with this pathway? 'Cause
So
that's not near the hex
only
leech.
thing on that wrong with that pathway is we don't want it to be weird.
Yeah.
Right. So
And currently,
it's gonna
this
be a
is
little
weird. And this is about to flip over weird because I used a candle to make that not weird.
Yeah.
So
Now we can make another candle here this round.
Okay.
Because that was last round's adventure. And also, I don't even know if it's one per round, if I'm being very honest.
It's not.
So we can make another candle here. And I think that candle should actually be discarded since it got used.
that candle is, I'd had it tipped over there.
Okay. So
I figured we'd do it again.
Yeah, for sure. So what we might do, West, kind of what I'm feeling here, is if we
Okay.
go towards the strutting forest, right?
Yeah.
We can hang out there, right? And just what do? We can get wealth there if we want, which is great. I have some food we can do, and I can also poach and gain food from the deck there, which could be bad. We probably don't want to do that yet.
Poaching doesn't mean you just find meat.
No, it means I have to resolve a green encounter too, and
Yeah.
being insane means that's not a great option at the moment.
Insanity means, first off, it means a lot of things. You have a little card here that says what it means when you're insane, but it specifically means that if you are in a fight, you no longer get agency over the actions you take. You just top deck and play and see what happens.
It's not
It's how
great.
we both lost the fight.
And how do we get ourselves uninsane?
So we need to reduce our terror below that going insane threshold.
Right.
So we're naturally going to lose one
Okay.
when we go through if we eat some food.
Right.
We eat some food, we can lower our terror.
So you'll stop being insane. Cadius, however, has a level of 2 insanity that he's at.
It's a bit rough here. I'm gonna be honest. It's not making me very happy on a. Can I see the card over there? I just want to make sure. Wrong card. Cool. Yeah, I just want to. You know what? Yep, because you need to pay the food to lose the terror.
Okay.
Cool. Only do that once. So I got 2 rounds of being insane here, which is not great. So and it has all sorts of other effects. So
What are you guys doing?
Well, it sounds like we should. Is it making a candle, or are we running over to this strutting forest?
why don't you? You know what? Why don't you make a candle here?
Okay.
That seems like we want a candle in our back pocket regardless.
So I need to pay a food to gain a secret card,
Yep.
as long as any are
A
visible.
food and 2 energy, I think, is what it is.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yep. So
Yep, that looks
2
that
energy
way.
and a food, and you'll gain back that secret card over there, which is cool.
And secret card number 2 is that candle that you have.
Okay.
And we'll keep hold of this at the moment.
Okay.
So now, probably don't want to. Well, actually, for you, it probably doesn't matter if you spend more energy if you want to make another candle.
I only have. Well, yeah. I guess I can go to
Because when you are
'cause we're gonna
exhausted
eat, right?
in this game, you're going to get 4 energy back.
Okay.
Well,
And
eating's not going to help you because your
You can't
insanity
gain
level.
health.
You can't gain health back until you're not
I think
insane anymore.
I think making another candle might be a solid
Okay.
vibe here,
So I will
so that we don't have to do it next turn.
make another candle. So I've got now dos candlers.
Seems
I like
reasonable.
it. Yeah.
Now you're a candle maker. That's like
Your
literally
candle,
what
that's
your guy
that's
is.
your jam.
That's my jam, is making candles.
Okay, so
Not jam.
now that we're rolling here,
Just call me Wixter.
oh, Wixter. I like that. So on my end here, I have a couple movement, though moving while insane is a kind of rough adventure here. Yeah, that is a rough adventure. So I'm going to hunt while I'm here. That might be the option.
Now, is
I
the
will be
leech going to come
panicking.
after you when you're hunting? Is
No.
the real question.
So
No? Okay.
It won't smell the prey.
no. So
Theoretically.
I'll do this because we're gonna need more food anyway.
Okay.
So 2 energy, and I'll gain a food. Okay, and now I have to draw 2 green encounters and resolve 1.
You can only top deck. You know this, right?
I know. So, but the thing is,
You're a
we get to
very
look
brave
at
man.
2 of them. So we can see what we get here. Okay, and we can kind of decide what looks like it'll be an easier adventure.
You have the option of a Gulthone, or a wolf pack. So the wolf pack, once almost extinct. Wild wolves are back in Avalon and fill the void left by retreating human settlers. And then the Gulthone, it would fight a four-dweller for a piece of bread.
So I'm going to assume that the top number next to the name would be the health of said animal. So this seems like the Gilf one is better to fight.
So the
much
Gilthorn.
easier.
So funny enough, that harass 5 keyword here. So we have a couple keywords here. So horde just means that you're going to discard the top card of your combat deck start of every round.
Okay.
Okay. So you're going to be going through cards more more quickly than you expect. And harass is a trait at the start of the enemy attack step. If there are 5 cards in that sequence, because it's harass 5, it runs away. So you have 5 cards to play total before it bounces.
It doesn't really like dealing with you.
No, I mean, and that's fine. I think generically, the
Wolfpack's going to give you 2 food.
The Wolfpack can give me 2 food.
And this one's going to cause you to lose food as you fight it, which could actually be detrimental.
I think I'll do the Wolfpack here. It is going to take a ton of health away.
It's big.
Me. But also, actually, you know what? We'll do this. Because all I'm going to do, legitimately, right, is I can decide to run away from it. And all it's going to do is whatever attack it's going to do on that. So
and because I'm on this square with you, does that mean I'm fighting as well?
You could as well if you want. You could also say, no, that's all right. But yeah, just so everybody's aware, right?
Probably doesn't help because of the harass 5 limit of it.
All right. So on the combat, right?
I could throw a candle.
You can decide if you want to run away, right? You may decide to escape if you resolve the enemy attack and in the encounter, right? So it's going to attack me, and then if I don't play a card, it'll do its opportunity attack as well. Okay, which could be all right because I'm pretty healthy. I'm not terribly worried about sacking a touch of health here to make sure that we have a bit more food going into kind of our jaunt up the side for candle making. Yeah, so I'll draw up for my combat cards here. Okay, we'll and I can't play them. You know, I just gotta draw from the top.
Riposte and Disabling Bolt. And your action's actually going to be drawing straight from the top and playing a card down. So let's hope you can chain off of this.
I did 1 damage.
Okay, 1 damage is progress.
Okay. And the lovely thing is I can't play anything with that card.
Nope, not a thing.
Which is fantastic. And on the way out here, you know, gonna be running away.
No.
And it's gonna take the food that I got.
Oh no.
That's much.
That combat round just lost you a food.
Well, I gained a food. I guess at the end of the day,
how'd you gain
a
a
net
food?
Neutral. The action gained me a food.
Oh, I see.
So I was hoping most of my cards aren't going to connect on the doubles. You know. So anyway, we'll run away. I take a damage. No, I just lose the food.
So you both, what just happened there is you both saw a scrap of bread on the ground like the lore talked about.
Right.
And you both went diving for it, and you ended up in the mud, and it flew off with your scrap.
It did.
That makes sense.
So, but that's me, and that should be both of us done for the round here.
That's it.
Okay.
We're only, for the record, 3 rounds in.
We are only...
Then you managed to find a worm that's beat the crap out of you and something that stole our food.
Yeah. Okay, so no end of day effects. Okay, so if you're exhausted, gain 4. Okay.
I am exhausted. Okay, so I'm going back up to 4. Very nice.
4 is your maximum. Anyway.
Yeah.
And I'm not, so I'll go up to my maximum. Okay. And then spend a food.
Get the last food I have.
Yep. Spend a food, and it's just going to lower your terror 1. You would also gain an energy,
which means you're no longer terrorized.
Yes. So you can get rid of your going insane card here.
Fabulous.
I'll grab that from you here. Throw that on top of mine. I'm still dealing with that. We'd have a little bit of experience, but nothing worth doing. We are in a location that has the vision here. I'm gonna grab that. Although we have read this vision already.
We have.
And I don't believe it did anything stat-wise for us.
It didn't.
It just gave us a status effect.
Yep.
That did a checkbox. So we're not gonna read that again.
Okay.
Like you can go back to.
I did
section
really
1.
enjoy it though.
Oh, it was really good, and I would check out.
Depending on the
episode 1.
location you're in, you have visions every night. So you might actually trigger new things based off the dreams you have in the areas that you sleep in.
There is that
Nice.
little eyeball
Weird,
there.
right?
That is a bit weird, but I like it.
Alrighty, and that's it. And we're gonna start the next day here.
Okay, we've got to go ahead and do
Yeah.
draw
So
up
we'll,
a event. Da 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 da. The Seekers gather. Someone visits you in the dead of night. Go to Book of Secrets, verse 15.
Okay.
So that.
Alrighty.
Book
I
of
hope
Secrets.
this is become less terrified.
So where is Book of Secrets?
Oh,
going
at
to
the
be?
very back.
Very, very end.
So, yep.
Verse 15.
So,
The sound of the sea gently wakes you up. The same sound that accompanied your every morning for the last several years spent in Four Maidens. It takes a moment for you to realize you are no longer there. You are on a mountain trail near the King's Pass, and this is not the sound of a sea, but countless overlapping whispers that blur together into a single liquid hum that rises and falls like a tide. The realization is enough to make you spring to your feet instantly. Crooked shapes sway in the dark around you, each horrible in its own way. They glisten with the old coins that hang from them like amulets. We found one of those coins already once before.
certainly did.
Some pinned scrolls or scraps of paper to their flesh. They carry torches, candles, braziers, anything that could light their path. King Seekers, cursed creatures, obsessed with finding the way to the court of Arthur. Wrapped by Wyrdness, they spend most of their time in. You've never seen so many of them in one place. Now you realize it is them who kept haunting you in your last days of the journey. They were the shadows that seemed to follow your every step. But why did they seek you? The wind carries your name, one of the creatures says, interrupting your thoughts. The Wyrdness shows glimpses of the future. We've seen you, we've seen you, we've seen you, we've seen you. Standing. I'm trying to do the whispers. In the front of 3 monarchs of ruin. The sacred goblet filled with blood, the old crown restored, the road east open, the true king.
True king.
The king, the king, the king, the king, the king, the king, the king. Other king seekers sway in excitement, repeating the words, the true king found. You tell them to go away. You're just a traveler. The goal that pushed you onto this trail already seems impassable, not to mention seeking a route east or facing the kings of ruin, but it seems that you have little to say in the matter. The king seekers keep closing in their circle, ignoring your thrashing. They grab you by your arms, their long fingers digging deep into your flesh as their stench overpowers you. Finally, one of them lifts his hand and touches your forehead. You throw your head back in pain. It's almost as if a white-hot iron touched your skin. The king seekers immediately begin to retreat. One of us, they say. One of us. Seek the king.
Seek the king.
You collapse to the ground. Gain secret card 8. Exploration ends.
Alrighty. Secret card 8.
West, first taste of the writing?
Great.
That's pretty good.
Oh, it's so
I like
good,
it.
isn't it?
I like it.
Oh, it's fantastic. Ooh. Brand
we get?
of the King Seeker. It is a global secret event.
Wow.
So we got Harry Potter marked. Is that what I
We
just
got
said?
Harry Potter marked.
To some, it is the highest honor. To others, a grim sentence. So this is a global event, so we can spend 1 energy, drain a waystone, remove a waystone that touches your location, gain 1 magic, then each character in your location with 3 health or less gains 3 health.
Ooh. So we, if you were here for part 1,
Yeah.
we can drain the
We were
stones
told
now ourselves.
that some creatures would drain the waystones.
And
But
they were
who would,
horrible,
and they were
and who would do
horrible,
it?
disgusting creatures.
We might be those
It turns out all you needed was to be touched by demons in the night, and now you also can gain magic from draining the only
Yeah.
lifeblood of this forgotten realm.
Let's just set that up at the corner here. That'd be a global effect in place for
No, we're not going to use that.
Can we only
Right.
do it one time?
We can do it.
I believe we can do it.
So the thing is, if we use it, the stone vanishes, right?
Yeah, and then all this turns into weirdness again, and the game's
But
over.
it gives us a chance to transfer the resources we've already spent, right, to an extent.
You know, I'm
along the way.
not against it though.
No, that's definitely not a bad
Like, go ahead
thing to
and
have
do it
around.
now.
Well, we have another part here.
Just
we
do
haven't
it
done
right
yet.
away.
I don't want to disappoint everyone, right?
Just get rid of this
Someone roll a
waystone.
die. Roll that die.
I don't
We've got to activate a guardian. It is. Ooh.
Not moving.
No. It's not moving. It is gone.
Yeah.
The X is
so it
gone.
leaves.
What's the two styles of X's?
Maybe.
It's a very that's a X with a marker, and this isn't a regular X. That's called a prototype X.
Aha.
Yeah. So, in the original Tainted Grail, there was an X and a blank, and the X was it vanished. So we may have just caught a very lucky break.
Sweet.
Bam.
I'll take it.
I will very much take that.
Can we still go through the weirdness though? Or are we going up the safe path?
I mean, didn't you guys always want to go this direction?
Well,
yeah.
But now
okay, so that has now gone back to weirdness. Okay.
Okay.
I don't mind going to the left, but also, like, we've already explored 104, right? So 105 is probably our jam, and also probably where we want to put down another waystone. But yeah, the only thing standing between us and that is this green encounter once per day.
Which, in theory, could be something. It will clearly be different than the last.
It won't be the leech.
The leech,
you know, it's at the bottom of the deck. There are other really bad things in there too. I want to preface: all these are the level 1 encounters. They already feel hard. So
if we go this way, there's no green encounter, right?
Yeah, but the weirdness torches, like you'll go insane immediately.
But don't I have the candle?
Well, okay, so
I can lead it in front of me and be like, "Get away, weirdness!"
Yeah, for a little bit.
Yeah,
we certainly can.
You said that to me multiple times.
I have,
man. Yeah. Why don't we roll into the into here still?
Okay.
You know, like we'll save the candles because we'll probably use a candle up on 105 anyway, just to get us a good shot there of not needing to go there.
Is our big brave warrior going first?
Our big brave warrior is going first.
West.
I'll
Do you
deal
need a
with
candle?
I'm
the big brave warrior?
No, you're not.
Oh, good.
I don't need the candle, but I
Okay.
need to go first to go in here. But I'm still insane. And fun fact, when you're insane, you may want to go, you know, for instance, to the east. Is that the direction? Does it actually happen? Is that how you want to do? So I need to roll this 6-sided die.
Wait.
To,
So you're saying that you may not even be able to control the direction you're going.
I can go. It's whether or not I lose an extra, like it costs more.
Should we just like chill for another night and let you recoup?
No, because the game keeps going forward.
Yeah, so we do have a timer on the game.
The game's like,
Gotcha.
we've got a few more
and
rounds.
We'll keep like just going through.
Being bad.
Do you remember
I'll-
the dream you just
I'll
had?
spend
Yeah.
one.
That's the game saying,
Hurry up.
Okay, so I got a 6.
Fair.
Okay.
Okay.
And on a 6, nothing happens. Continue your
That's
action.
great.
But
just
good
for
roll.
your reference, Wes, we started on this card.
You
We-
guys have
we
made
did.
it
We've-
so far. So far.
You know, Tainted Grail is one of those things where the story's fantastic. It wraps you into just, I want to know everything about the location I'm at. Because these locations are broad swaths of the land, right? They cover so many different nooks and crannies. You could open it and there could be 30 entries for a single
Stop
place.
making excuses for going.
Yeah, I know.
one
I
card.
know.
Yeah.
Cool. Here we are. Oh my gosh. I feel blessed because I pull a merchant.
It's a wandering merchant.
And,
Excellent.
I can sell any number of my items for a wealth, or I can buy a food for 1 wealth, or 3 food for 2 wealth. You know, I have some wealth here.
Yep.
I would really like some food because I have
2
no food.
So it's just me here. So 2 wealth, right? And I will get 3 food.
That's very nice.
It's awesome.
Okay. And there we go.
And that takes care of the random potential encounter.
Yeah, that's our encounter for the round.
So, West, you should probably step over to this location now as well.
That sounds like a great plan.
That'll take you 1 energy.
Okay.
Yep. 1 energy to move.
And then so up in this location, this says Bridgeland stand their post huddling next to a few weird candles. This is the weirdness right now. And if we move into this, each party member is going to gain a insanity.
So I would. West has those sexy candles over there.
I do. Very sexy.
And that man can throw a candle that way and
toss
poof
one?
out the weirdness. I think that's. Is there an energy associated with using the weird candle?
There is not.
Oh, I would use a weird candle, so we can give that the old flippy flip.
Discard a candle?
Discarding a candle it is.
We have Wagenberg. For 2, we can relax in Wagenberg to lose 2 insanity.
Oh my god,
That's amazing.
Really nice.
The armored
Okay.
wagons completely block the narrow trail, stopping anyone who can't afford the exorbitant tolls. Good to know.
Okay.
Okay.
I may have just spent my money for food.
Yeah,
So
well,
Maybe we can offer them breadcrumbs to. All right.
But do they like candles? Because I have candles for sale.
Yeah.
of
You want to
gonna
move in there, West?
Yeah, it sounds like a plan. Let's do it.
Okay. Cool. So if you're moving in there first, we'll throw down a 106 here.
Okay.
Okay. And we might legitimately want to look at, here in a bit, I lose some of the insanity, what the blood cost is for lighting a waystone. Because this seems like the kind of area, because actually if we look at the game board, we can't go any further. So I think this might be kind of our location at the moment.
Well, you've got this one, and then you can get up there.
Yes. So it might be a good spot to light a waystone, maybe even here. Spread them out a bit. Give us a good 2 light a waystone without magic, because we do not have magic. We tried. Did not go well.
Yeah.
It is 3 health and 2 terror per character.
Well, I don't have 3 health.
Or 2 terror.
Or 2 terror.
And 2 terror.
Per character.
Per character.
Yeah, I
now
definitely
one
don't
person
have that.
could take the brunt of that. We're both not doing so great. So we might be doing some candle action here for a little bit, just
Relaxing in the Wyrdness.
So we're in the Wagenburg right now, and I think that's probably the jam. I'll come up and join you here. I do have to roll another die, see if it costs me an additional action. It does not. I'm rolling 6s like they were free.
That's great.
And that was 1. Before I do anything else, it was 2 to rest and relax here, to lose 2 terror.
You're going to do that as well?
Might
Doing
also
that as
be...
well, yes.
and,
Here's the issue. Are you moving out of this area before it turns back into darkness?
So it will only turn back into darkness...
Or into Wyrdness?
At the end of the round. So we shouldn't have any...
So you should be okay to rest here, but you need to light a candle at the beginning of the next round to flip it?
I think
Is
so.
that how that works?
Yeah,
Okay.
we can double check in a second.
Prototype rules, so...
Yeah, I mean... we don't have magic, so we'd have to eat the cost. You could take 2 terror, because you wouldn't be insane, at least. And we're at a location where we can, spend actions to lose our terror. The health might be a rougher thing for you.
Yeah. I literally
you
have 2.
die.
I have 2 right now.
Oh, my dying's way up here. Hold on. I need to pay attention real quick. It wasn't down at the bottom. So we might
neither
be...
is his for the record.
Yeah. Why don't we explore Wagenburg here? It's either that or what we could do. We don't have a lot of energy. One thing we could do next turn is our global effect here, right? Is we drain some magic. Oh, we only gain 1 magic. Okay. So that is not the end of the world. But why don't we just explore? Exploring's free.
Okay.
And why don't we explore as a party here?
Okay.
Just
Wagenburg, the last stretch of trail before the King's Pass is safe and almost free of Wyrdness. Perhaps this is why a well-armed group of mercenaries and brigands set up their camp here. With the road blocked by a circle of their armored wagons, no one can go farther north without their consent and without paying an exorbitant toll. If you don't have the obstacles status, go to verse 1.
You don't.
no, we do not.
As you reach the wagon fort and walk up the only
gap between the wagons, you notice several archers eyeing your every move from behind oaken bulwarks. A scar-covered man in leather jerkin walks out of the camp to meet you. Dozens of metal rings braided into his beard, and they clink as he goes. Aye, you want to get past? And the toll is an ounce per head. You gasp. This is way more than you could have expected, and certainly more than you can afford. Gain the obstacles, part 1 status. New lead. You have to find another way to get past the wagon burn and reach the King's Pass up to the north. Go to verse 2.
Oh, go to verse 2.
I will call me surprised, the bearded Bergen says. I didn't take you for paying types. All right, then. Well, yeah,
Right.
That sounds like it's not right.
Verse 2, yeah. Go to verse 2. If you have the stock up.
We don't have that.
Where's verse 2?
Oh, no. Hold on.
Go to
Verse 11. That's 11.
Oh.
Jesse is,
No, he read verse 2.
I read it as verse 2 because I thought it was Roman numerals.
Oh, no,
So
no.
my bad.
There you go.
So, I mean, it was the Old English accent. It just took me right there.
Apparently there's a pathway towards paying.
There is
It's not
something
our
we can
pathway.
do.
Oh,
You're
the
very
Bergen
poor.
commander blocks Wagenburn's entrance,
Oh, not us.
looking at you expectedly. probably with his hand open, as most people do around here, apparently. Choose one. You can use one energy to convince him to let you into the fort to trade, and that requires at least one bird.
So those are going to be your status effects.
Empathy.
So like empathy.
Gotcha.
Yep.
Ask why the toll is so steep. We could attempt to fight our way in.
Oh, that sounds terrible.
We could pay the toll, but it does require 10 wealth per character.
No.
All characters pay 10 wealth. Wow. Or we could just leave.
You know, we could try to pay the 1 energy to convince him to let you into the fort to trade. Mm-hmm. So we could give that a shot, right?
Yeah.
I can pay the energy cost.
We don't
since you
got
have the
anything to
empathy.
trade, man.
Well,
I have a candle.
he doesn't know that. So I'll pay the energy. Like, at the very least, we can see what happens.
I have a
right?
beautiful candle, Jesse.
All right, go to verse 7.
That sounds like...
I'm the wick master. Okay.
Other way, yep.
I love it. All right, so 7.
It would take some effort, but eventually you convince the bearded Bergen to allow you into his wagon fort. You move into the circular fortress, your every move observed by dozens of armed men. Within the camp's quartermaster approaches you, eager to trade. Choose one. You can buy food by paying 2 wealth, and you gain 1 food. Then choose again. You could sell food, pay 1 food, and you gain 1 wealth. You could
Nice of them.
buy equipment. Draw the top 3 equipment cards, and you can buy any number of them for 2 wealth. You can sell equipment, gain 1 wealth. You could buy a weird candle, and that is 2 wealth, or we could leave.
Huh. So we have merchants, at least, that we can
Yeah.
buy stuff.
Did you also
Now-
pay the empathy cost, or do I need
so
to pay that?
it's
don't
not
pay it.
It's just
You just have to have it.
You just have to have it.
So
got
those
it,
are your
sorry.
attributes.
Okay.
So you're empathetic and very spiritual, and I am very aggressive and practical. So, you know.
A well-balanced team.
So, fundamentally, right now, like, we would want to go forward through Wagenburg,
Yeah.
right? Like, because
Theoretically.
our goal is, like, right here.
yeah.
Right.
But we cannot do that.
No.
Okay, we are
Definitely not.
up a creek there.
Yeah.
Okay.
We're definitely going to have to turn around.
Gosh. Oh, that's rough.
Because even selling all of your food doesn't get us to the point where
No,
we're going to be able to do what we need to do.
No. So,
Yeah,
we're
so-
definitely going to have to end up over there. We definitely don't have any energy at the moment for us to do anything. So
Yeah.
we're going to be kind of hanging out here, probably burn another
You
candle.
need to give him a food before night comes.
Oh,
for
then-
sure,
Then
yeah.
definitely just take a food.
just for
okay.
the record.
Thanks.
Yeah, no, 100%. And you can trade any food or wealth or items if you're on the same space with any of your comrades.
So, is it time to rest and just...
I think it's time to rest.
'Kay.
We're going to hang out here for the moment. We may or may not pop a one of our waystones next turn. We might pop it the hard way. It won't be what anyone wants to
With
do.
blood?
Right? But it
Do
might
you-
be the option.
Do you think that the Bergen guy's going to kick us out of the merchants area? Or,
There-
Well, so
do we-
we were let in for a minute.
right.
But since exploration ended, we are now outside again.
Yeah.
If we wanted to go back inside, we would
have
have
to
to
pay again.
convince him to let us in again.
Gotcha.
So, I envision if it's anything like how old Tainted Grail was, that if you did pay the 10 wealth per character, it would direct you to a different card totally over there.
Not even
Yeah.
accessible to us right now. Yeah.
So for sure. So we're definitely going to have to be going around that way to get to where
Unless
we
we
need to go.
find 10 wealth.
I think the odds are pretty low. But
And you've
we'll find
got
out.
1, 2, 3, 4.
Theoretically, we can gain wealth.
I mean, we would have to be grinding.
Yeah,
and I-
hardcore.
No. So, and I'm certain that the game has another way it's feeling for us to go here. So,
Oh, sure.
but let's rest.
I mean,
know?
but I already want to replay this from zero just to try to answer this question.
Oh, 100%.
Find 10 wealth,
What happens?
buy your way through.
Oh, for sure. And there's guaranteed a way to do it here because clearly the weirdness on 104 on the other side was for 2 energy gain of wealth. Mm-hmm. So there is a way to translate energy to wealth. Mm-hmm. So, but we'll go through resting. Okay. So any end of day effects there. So eat a food.
Okay.
Okay.
Wow.
I'll eat a food. You know,
And that gets me all my energy back. Is there any way to raise my health? Because being at 2
eating a
feels
food,
really
food is
no, no,
squishy.
it gains you a health. Eating a food gains you a health,
That's very nice.
lowers your terror by 1, and gains you an energy.
Yep.
Because gaining your energy happens before you eat food. Okay, so I'm just at maximum. That'll go down 1. We're in a better position, I think, this way. We're still rough here. Cool, nothing exciting. There's no dreams happening in Wagenburg by any stretch, and we will flip this back over to its weird side. So we're in rough territory next turn.
There is a chapter 4, though.
There is a chapter 4.
Or chapter 1, part 4. Monsters to the Flame. The waystones lit along the trail to the King's Pass begin to attract unwanted attention. Search the green encounter deck. Place the Hex Leech green encounter difficulty 1 on the lowest numbered location with a waystone. If there are no waystones, place it in the lowest number location.
All right, cool. It's going over there. We're not going back there.
Hint. Guardian encounters prevent you from exploring any location they're in. Depending on the roll of the Guardian die each day, they move and also attack you, or even drain a waystone of its power. See the Guardian rules in your rulebook for more information. Did you know they can drain a waystone of their power? Go ahead and open up those Guardian rules in your rulebook for more information, because one of those X's might have actually taken
You know what?
the weird from this.
I would love to do that.
Is it not in here?
It's not in here.
It's not in here.
I looked for it earlier.
Prototype.
Prototype.
Either way, we'll call the X. Let's see if there's any other.
We had the pretty X, so I feel like that's not the bad X.
No, I don't know. Like, I see that physically, if it does not end in a victory, each party member loses 5 magic.
Well, it's not. It says you roll, and sometimes depending on the roll, it might drain a waystone of its power. So, and that's what the lore of this thing is.
Yeah.
So I don't know if the X makes it clear or if it makes it start damaging a waystone.
I don't know.
Either way, we'll call it by the original rules because that was better for us.
It was. And you know what? We'll figure it out in the future.
Screw you, Awaken Realms. You can't tell us how to play your game. You can quote me on your page.
Goodness.
That'll be
Alrighty.
Screw you, Awaken Realms.
So we've done that. We have a couple days left here till something terrible happens.
Yeah.
Okay, and we're back again.
We've got one candle.
And we're back.
We've got one candle.
Yeah.
It's not great.
Yeah.
You could just run for it.
We could. Physically, we could get over there without a problem.
Can I have a food before we run, though?
Oh, for sure.
Thanks.
There's a food. What we might do, so if I look at the blood cost, right?
Mm-hmm.
It was, can you take 2 terror?
I can take 2 terror, yes.
You cannot take 3 damage, though.
I cannot take 3 damage.
So we can split the damage and terror as we so choose.
Okay.
Like, just like anything, you can pay the cost cumulatively, right? Mm-hmm. So it might be worth throwing our waystone here. Because, it's really far away from the Hex Leech, which feels like a solid adventure. Jesse's going to move it down a bit. Yeah, I think that might be worth it. Like, we don't have the magic right now. We kind of lost our shot on that. Mm-hmm.
So by throwing one up here, does that give us access to anything?
So these will turn back to their good side.
And whatever we might come across here will be lit up as well.
So it means if we need to sprint through these real quick, we can do the sprint. And also eating the terror right now, there is the location here to just heal terror.
Right.
So if you want to like eat all the terror,
you can eat 3. You can eat 3 of it.
I can eat 3 before I go insane.
Okay. I'll eat 1.
Okay.
Okay. We'll do that. I don't know. Is there a cost associated with? Oop. I'm gonna figure it out. Here we are. 2 to activate the waystone. I'll spend all the energy to activate it here because I'm gonna lose a ton of health and my energy's gonna go down anyway.
Okay.
I might as well burn it. I'll go up 1 in tear and then it's 6 health we need to lose. So
he could take 1 of it. 2 of it.
1 or 2.
He could take 2
let me
of
take
it.
1 of the energy because I'm going to lose the energy anyway.
Okay.
So, because if I take 1, then I'm losing 1 energy anyway.
Okay. Because I was at 7, I can go 1, 2, 3. So I'm at 4.
You need to take 2 more.
Okay, I need to take 2 more?
Mm-hmm.
All right. Cool.
That's a big price, my guys.
I think we have to make a hard choice like that now.
We did. We fought the Blood Leech multiple times and lost.
Yeah, and that would have given us a ton of magic. And I think that was like putting it back up so we could kill it and get a ton of magic. And we just did not.
Well, no,
put that
we're
in
not.
cards.
We're not going to go kill it. We have a reflected town. The spires and townhouses of this once prosperous Lothian settlement live on as if a reflection.
Okay. So, generically, what I'm feeling here, right, is
Isn't this cool how it opens?
I
up?
don't.
It's
So
very cool.
you can spend 2 energy if you want to lose some terror, get
Okay.
yourself further away from death. There, that seems like that might be a solid thing.
Lose 2 terror, right?
Yep, 2 terror. Oh, it was 2. Yep.
Yep.
And then why don't we move over to our new reflected town here?
Okay.
So 1 each.
Yep. 1 each to move over there. Okay.
Boop.
I will spend an energy to pay a wealth right now to gain 3 health. That seems.
Yeah, that's
Like a
so that's the
very-
ability here.
Yep. So that's the ability on the location.
But if I go down to 0, I'm exhausted and I can't gain.
You'd gain 4.
I only gain 4.
Now you could also do it at the start of the next turn, but you're only going to be able to gain 3 anyway, so you kind of might as well do it.
Well, that's what I was thinking. Because if I do that, then I can gain 3 health, right?
Yeah,
So boop, and then
So,
1, 2, 3.
do you have the wealth to spend?
He does,
Yes?
yeah.
I have 1 wealth.
All right.
Yep.
that's actually not a bad reset for the game.
No, because
Like blood pact
it's
there.
it's in a good spot.
Yeah.
Okay, so with that in mind now, why don't we explore this location? Like, it doesn't cost us any energy to explore.
Sure.
And let's just see what happens. That was a very nice change they made to Tainted Grail from the original and from the expansion.
It doesn't cost anything to
Doesn't
actually
cost
explore.
anything. So you're
Because
spending...
part of what you wanted in the original is you wanted more information on the world around you, but it also
took away
just,
action.
Just learning the story cost you something.
Yeah.
Like,
So-
and that,
Ooh.
yeah.
Alrighty. In ages past, a Lothian town stood at the edge of a clear mountain loch, its stone houses and spires reflecting in the water's silvery surface. The town is gone now, laid to ruin in some age long past, but you've heard that the reflection lives on, etched eternally in the waters.
It's cool.
That is cool.
A small stone shack rests by the shore, pieces of rubble haphazardly thrown together. A lone goat bleats in its wooden pen. If you don't have the Negotiator Part 1 status,
This is
go to
decent
verse
goat.
19. Alrighty.
We don't have Negotiator.
As you're about to enter the ruined Lothian town, a ragged, thin boy appears before you. At first, he makes a quick step back into the ruins, but after a moment of thought, he begins to approach, saying, "Please, traveler, I come looking for my sister, but the hermit by the lake didn't see her. A couple of days ago, a group of weird men went past our home, heading up the old path into the mountains east of here. That's when my sister, Alyssa, went missing. She's 14 years old and has an angel's voice. Please, if you find her, get her back home south of the Crooked Sentinel."
Oh, wait. Cadius.
You can't say it.
Cadius. Angel's voice. The stone
see.
mountains can
We'll
learn a
see.
new song.
My family is hiding in one of the windmills there. He keeps insisting, so you promise to keep your eyes open. Then he departs south. So grab Negotiator Part 1 status there. And a new lead here is saying a girl from the Shun Lands was taken by a band that traveled up the old path, cutting through the lands west of here. So, an exploration ends. So, but we can re-explore here for
Do you
free.
hear what I'm saying about that?
Yeah, no, for
She
sure.
might be the thing that teaches the stone.
It's introduced in Angel's voice. Why don't we explore again as a party here? Like, we've got the Negotiator status, so we can try to do some of the other options that are here.
Okay,
as
what
long
are
as
the
they don't
what are the
cost too
options?
much. So, for 2 energy, we can try to reach the overlook above the trail. I do not have the topography Part 1 status, so that isn't happening. 1 to search the town's ruins. 1 energy to take a swim in the lake. Okay. Look into the reflection on the lake. Visit the stone shack. Or check the shattered waystone.
Now, you only have 1 energy to spend, I believe.
I only have 1 energy.
And West is out.
So maybe the easiest thing to do here is maybe we just search the town's ruins for an energy. See if there's anything useful. You know, maybe wealth, food,
Sounds good to me.
magic, anything like
I
that.
mean, I'm always down for a good swim.
I
but
feel like we're going to end up finding some sort of worm or something.
The only thing we could do differently is if we wanted to check the shattered waystone here. Like, we have a waystone lit over here, so we're not worried about it, but we might find magic, something like that.
I'm
What are you
open to
guys
your-
thinking?
So does swimming in the reflective pool cost you anything?
It costs 1 energy. So,
So I either say swim or look at the shattered waystone because I feel like we can get some decent stuff from that. too.
okay. Let's swim. You know what?
Sounds like
I
a plan.
feel that. we'll
And that's what
spend
my gut
energy
was saying.
Yeah, get in the clear water.
Not even a suggestion that Katie has
Because
made.
it's a reflected town, so I feel like we're going to be
is.
grabbed from below by all
what
the
I was
reflected
thinking.
people.
Yeah.
Well, okay. So the water is cool and still, floating among the reflected clouds of the sky above the lake.
Yep.
Feels almost like flying. The lake is so expansive that searching without a good idea where and what to look for will take a lot of time. So, hint, looking at the Wyrdness covered version of the location and reading the lore description on his card sometimes reveal additional clues and points of interest.
I love it.
there-
The weird side.
So, first off, the spires and townhouses this once prosperous Lothian settlement live on as if a reflection. Ah, I see.
Oh, so it's that little spot that's down to the
I
south.
see.
So that would be the
You see
south.
the shiny spot there?
Yep.
Southeastern.
Still kind of
corner?
glimmering.
It's like the southern corner.
It's right there.
So would I call that
This area.
southeast or southwest?
Never eat. So I'd call it southeast.
Southeastern.
Yeah, for sure.
Okay. I don't want to be a downer. I have one energy left to spend.
What do you mean you don't
I'm
have-
down to
you mean
spend
you don't
it
wanna be-
here
you mean you don't
because
be
we do need to
downer?
spend it.
You mean you don't want to be a downer.
So yeah, let's roll with that. Okay,
He's like,
if I have zero energy and at the end of my travel I lose a health, which is fine. We'll deal with it. But yeah, I'm
He's
down for
talking
it.
as if swimming was not the right choice.
Yeah,
And
we pretty
honestly,
much just found out the
All right.
obvious answer here.
We just found out that there's card artwork that does pretty things and helps you explore the world. And
Yeah, I don't
I'm
see a
looking
problem
at
with
every
this.
card.
I don't see a problem with this.
Alrighty,
I'm starting my
Here we
job.
are. So we're gonna visit the southeastern corner of the lake.
Okay.
Verse 7. If you have the Curios Part 2 status, there's nothing more here.
We have Curios Part 1.
All right. In the southeastern corner of the lake, you spot something glistening beneath the still water. The water is shallow here.
Yeah.
You dive and soon emerge holding a small, tightly sealed, ornate box.
Oh.
Inside, you find talismans, trinkets, and a small pile of ash with some strange, irregular metal nuggets. As you scratch off the layer of soot, you see a glint of pure gold underneath. You shudder. These are half-melted golden teeth.
I called that.
Nice.
So-
Did I not just call
You
that?
did totally called it.
Anyway, so we're going to gain wealth, 2 magic, and the Part 2 Curio status.
So we each gain a wealth?
No. So
Just
together.
one wealth.
So if you want to gain the wealth, and we'll split the magic here.
Sure.
People have really undervalued teeth, man.
Okay. And then pop
And
down that
Part
Curios
2
Part 2
Curio.
status,
One
and
wealth?
exploration will
Okay.
end. And
They're
then-
small teeth, like baby teeth.
Yeah. And maybe just the last thing here, if we want to do the waystone before we
Because it's
kinda
free.
leave. It's free.
Yeah, do it.
right? Just
Yeah.
check out the shattered waystone.
Why not?
See what's happening.
What could hurt poking around?
What could hurt?
I mean,
poking
feels
around?
like-
when the game
The
gives you
right
free
option.
things to do, you should just, of course, press
Do
that
all
button.
of them.
Yeah.
Everything.
All right. The Waystone once stood not far from the city gates in the northwestern part of the area, but the forces that leveled the city did not spare it. It lies in rubble, cracked, broken beyond repair. It would take nothing short of turning back the time for it to shine once more. Okay.
Cool.
And that's it there.
So what we learned is always go to the water.
Yes,
Because
you'll want
nothing
that in just
else-
a second, Jesse.
I will. I feel good about that, honestly.
Yeah, that was good.
I feel real good about that. Mm-hmm. Yeah.
Yeah.
Yep.
And so now we're resting, right?
Yes.
Yeah.
It's night.
Yep. So it'll be resting.
we
We'll go
eat a
through
food?
the adventure here. So we'll just kind of go through how it works. Yeah, I would definitely eat a food.
Yeah.
So I'm exhausted. I'm gonna lose a health here. 4.
Then up to 5. And then insanity down, and then health
Does
up.
this go up 1 too?
4.
Okay.
And when you spend the food, terror goes down, energy goes up by 1.
Okay?
That happens. Cool. And then after that, right, we rested. And then why don't you look at the location? We can get a vision while we're here.
Oh, you're kidding me.
Give us get a bit of that flavor text here, Jesse.
Love good flavor text. I could just spend all day flavor texting, West.
You could.
I wish
You
I
flavor
wish-
text me all the time.
I'm just saying, if my channel would be okay with just flavor text, people know I love board games.
Oh,
Yeah.
I would hope.
I would trade board games for flavor text.
We should just have one series that's nothing but here is our artistic rendition of reading this.
I legitimately, when the channel first started, there were flavor text, like beautiful B-roll with only voiceover narration,
It's cool.
and no one watched them
Well, yeah.
because
Maybe
no one
that's
else
the
does
mission
it.
to
No
go
one
find
cares
those.
about it.
Because no one else does it. Visions. A calm dream of gold-bathed streets and colorful masked crowds. You dance. You eat. You wake strangely at peace. Each character in this location lose 1 insanity.
Nice.
This vision ends. This sounds like a really lovely town.
Yeah.
It really does. You know what?
Except there's this really
may
annoying
not be,
child.
may
Keeps,
not
like,
be
coming up
great.
and yelling.
So we're good on all the waystones right now. They're doing their thing.
Yep.
Okay. At this point, though, we're kind of in a bind. We're going to remove... we don't have a time token. Why don't you roll for the Guardian here?
I would love to.
We'll move forward. Okay. So...
Going south. There's no south.
Yeah. So he's just hanging out. He can't do anything else.
That's
So,
good.
and that's fine, you know. Directionally, he isn't going anywhere. We'll just probably treat this X like he
Goes away.
you know, yeah. I guess
We'll call it goes away for now.
yeah. All right, and then at this point, it's
Well, there's not very many cards left there, guys.
Really is not.
The Dispossessed. In the morning, you notice another traveler who camped not far from you. He welcomes you with a grin of blackened teeth and invites you to share his meal of stale oat cakes and roasted gulfon. I was heading towards the King's Pass, he says, like every other fool out here. But I've had it. Heading back to the maidens now. See the Wyrdness? It's creeping back. Soon the path will be closed again, and all these quarreling fools up on this pass will be in for a nasty surprise. You part ways shortly after, his words feeling you. His words feeling you.
Fueling.
Feeling you.
Feeling you. I think
Feeling
it's
you.
probably meant fueling.
His words filling you
Filling. That could be it too.
with
There you go.
unease. I was like, my brain was like, you're reading that right. You normally read things wrong.
But that is very much.
Gain 1 food, and then it says fade. What does fade mean?
It's where they cut your hair, and it's like slightly shorter
So
on the
gain
way
a
down.
food. Okay, so we gain a food.
Yep, got that. Then a barber comes over and
I,
gives us a
I
fade.
don't have an answer for you on fade.
Okay.
That's clearly not been a keyword that I have seen so
Okay.
far.
Okay.
I don't plan on trying to find it. Unless it's just a fading, like a...
Fade to black?
Yeah, fade to black kind of thing. You know, that's kind of what I envision there.
Yeah, maybe.
We'll go with it. We're not
Maybe.
gonna get hung up on it.
I wonder if it could be like a dimming of a waystone or something.
Maybe it is a dimming
like a
of
waste,
waystone.
like a fade could be like a 1 waystone disappears or something.
Maybe, and the Wyrdness is creeping back in. Is
That's what
he
he's
said.
saying. Yeah.
Yeah.
But yeah, I do not know.
Didn't see it specifically in there.
I didn't see it specifically when I looked before. While I look for just a second.
Yeah, we'll entertain the audience. Don't worry. Song and dance, and dance. We're song and dance and dance and dance, and we're checking the rule book now.
Yeah.
Ooh. Almost done because I don't got a lot left in me.
No.
Cool.
Am I
we're
tossing
good.
a candle again?
So yeah, I would say so. I would
into that
toss
weirdness?
a candle here and then
Yeah.
start seeing what explores up.
All right. So let's toss a candle and
Okay.
see what happens.
All right, we're gonna be flipping this card. Shattered Battleground. You could move here. You could spend 2 energy here to gather latent powers. You could gain magic. The 3 kings of ruin clashed here in an age-long past, erasing the local waystone and a nearby Lothian town from existence.
So that's what happened.
Okay, do you want to move on to that location?
I believe we have an answer for fading.
I don't have an answer for fading. I did find a section on Guardians that was in the wrong spot.
Okay.
If the X is rolled, either we encounter it as a party or a waystone vanishes. Just vanishes. Okay.
Oh, good to know.
Yeah,
Both
so-
X's? Either X or just the one weird looking X?
Yeah,
Both X's.
Oh, okay.
We're gonna,
Less good.
We're
So-
gonna say that we already kind of encountered it as a party.
Oh, we
Since you
definitely
encountered
and
it
we
multiple
lost
times in the
horrendously.
so terribly. So,
Okay.
but we got this lovely Shattered Battleground.
Very nice area. We can gain a magic by
Oh my
losing
gosh.
2 energy.
That might okay. So I feel very strongly we have 1 chapter part left. We probably really need to
We need
book
to
it here.
run.
Just
Yeah.
run.
So
yeah.
I would definitely just that's the wrong character.
Yeah,
if you want to
so-
just move 1 there,
Yep.
let's grab 108 here. We're probably just gonna have to sprint through.
So
108.
this says, a sad song echoes in the Wyrdness. You've heard too many stories of journeymen led astray to pay it any heed. And here's the only issue I see.
there's nothing.
Without a candle or a light, there is no pathway through.
Our main man can make a candle.
I
I understand. But that's interesting. That
That
the
is-
Wyrdness has no you can't discern where to go on
Because
this
the
card
weirdness
because of the
is too-
weirdness.
So,
Okay.
for the record, I am now out of food by making this candle.
It's okay.
That's fine. Unlike Old Tainted Grail, you don't need food to actually
And
rinse.
go ahead and spend
Okay.
that candle.
Yeah.
And let's flip this over. Iron Cage Fells.
That's still nowhere to go.
I see that.
We might be exploring this location regardless.
Hunt in the Glens. Gain 2 food, draw and resolve a green encounter. Small iron cages dot the sloping hills, some old and rusted through, some pretty new. There are shapes inside, and you're not sure whether you want to see them. Real quick question, Cadius. Here in the Reflected Town, there was a quest where you could get up onto the ledge. Do you think that lets you possibly go above?
I don't have the stat to get there. It was like something with Gerdwin specifically we would have to find a stat for somewhere else.
What are we going to do then?
So we might explore the Shattered where we are there, you know, see if there's anything that seems very clear, like
Yeah?
it's
Pointing
that.
at us?
Yeah.
I feel like we need to go up.
Well,
here.
exploring's
Okay.
free, so we can at least
Yeah,
read about
we can,
it.
we
Sure.
can
Let's
read
find
about
out
it.
what this place is. That hand is grimacing.
Oh, not 108, 107. He's on 107. He
107.
showed
One way
108.
back.
We haven't moved up yet.
If you have one or more parts of the time passes, we do not.
Nope.
We have none.
Okay. With the merciful shroud of weirdness lifted, the pock-marked face of this damaged land now lies in full view. Each hill cleaved in half, each impact crater glistening with shards of obsidian. Each discarded weapon and piece of ancient armor tells a different part of a single story. The tale of the night when the 3 kings of ruin clashed, reshaping the land itself forever. Twisted shapes lurk between shattered stones and deep crags, as if drawn to the powers still lingering here. The more time you spend in this battleground, the greater the chance they take interest in you.
That dark lingering power.
All right.
So we can choose one. One energy, reach the cleaved hillside, reach the golden cathedral, reach the bubbling pool, reach the titanic helmet, reach the cracked orb. As much as we want to do probably all of these things, I have a feeling that none of them are going to do us much good at finding where we need to go, unfortunately.
I don't.
Unless we can get lots of stuff that's worth lots of stuff, and then we could sell it
You know,
somehow.
honestly, why don't we pop up to 108, see what's going on there?
Okay.
You know,
Okay.
that's kind of like
One
our
energy.
big.
So 1 energy.
That's our last hope.
Like that's our last thing to see what may or may not be happening.
Iron Cage Fells. This relatively flat slope once extended all the way to the King's Pass, offering an alternative path to the travelers heading there. Sadly, it ended when the weirdness cut the landscape in half, opening a wide chasm at its top. Iron cages dot the fells, some old and rusted through, some still pretty new, but you are at a loss as to what they could mean. Dead silence reigns over this strange landscape. Choose one, spend 2 energy to search the cages, there's so many of them, or approach the chasm, go to verse 2. We've got to approach the chasm, right? Free.
Yeah, it's free. Go for it.
Yeah.
The King's Pass, surrounded by mountains and clouds of weirdness, is visible from the top of the fell. Not far to the east, if you squint. You can almost see a silhouette of the broken waystone at its center, and dozens of travelers like you camping at its foot. Unfortunately, this is as far as you go. Before you, the top of the fell breaks, ending with a chasm far too wide to navigate. If you have the topography, status 2, you do not. As you prepare to turn back, you notice more travelers who are approaching the same dead end, following your tracks. Gain the topography part 2 status. Draw and resolve a blue encounter. Regardless of the conclusion, exploration ends.
There is a lovely encounter there.
We have a village fool. Sometimes he curses the travelers for disturbing clouds in the sky. Other times he claims to be the true lost 4th king of ruin. Okay. Well, West, you're going to be,
Doing some diplomacy here.
is that a diplomacy cycle?
That is diplomacy.
You're going to be doing a diplomacy action.
Okay.
Yeah, so just to walk you through it, West.
Yeah.
We'll go step by step here. Make it easy for you. So we have a starting location for our fool here. Okay. Draw 3 diplomacy cards.
Okay.
Okay. All right, and if you just want to put those down so that people can see here. So it's all going to be about connecting the icons on the side, right? Important things to note for the Fool, right? So anytime we connect one of those symbols there, it's going to do different things given what symbol it is. So for empathy, we're going to raise our impression of him, like how well he likes us, right? If we're going to succeed, right? Otherwise, the way these encounters end is going to be duration. So it has 3 turns before this is going to end, okay? Because it's going to lose a counter every time. And if we connect other things, we can cause it to go down sooner. So looking at your hand of cards here and what you're good at doing, right? You have no caution, but you're very empathetic and spiritual, right? So we definitely want to take advantage of...
So like this one immediately hits there.
Yeah, but it doesn't actually pair up, though. That's the issue.
Yeah.
Because these are the other side of the pair, and this is the side that needs to pair with him.
So that one works then, right?
It works. It's not going to be as useful at the moment. It doesn't, like, give us anything comparatively, like, because we're not going to get an up arrow. So when we connect things, okay, we're looking for up arrows or we're looking for those symbols. Your first card you play down is free, okay? Any card after that has to have this symbol. You connect it. You can always connect in the bottom row. Okay, like that's always guaranteed for every character. The blue is magic. You have to spend a magic to connect that. Okay, and then up above, it's if you have the required attributes. So these are all singles. You can see there's like a double empathy here, right? So generically, kind of the way I see it, right? If
you could just stand and watch him,
like honestly, could just do nothing. He isn't going to do anything back either. Right now, he doesn't have any opportunity that he's going to do. There's nothing exciting going on.
He's just kind of an idiot.
Yeah, so just so you get a different card maybe to like have a better shot here of making the big plays, doing the big moves here, you know?
Stand and watch him for now.
Okay.
He's going to tip down, and this is going to tip to 2.
Draw a new card, West. Okay. So you have a hand limit of 3. So we are going to have to look at the cards and be like, ooh, are these good or not?
So this is a slightly better card.
When the last charge is removed from this card, place 2 chart. Okay, anyway, you know what? That's an odd thing that doesn't help us nearly.
Well, you can. It doesn't help us here, but it's a neat card because if you're trying to rebuff someone's actions, it's nice.
Yeah. Man, I tell you what, it might be us trying to just burn through his actions.
Yeah, you'll only lose 2 health.
Realistically, if it fails, like it's not a... I would play whatever card you're feeling, Wes, honestly. And discarding, you might just... we probably don't want to pay the wealth right now. Because I have a bad feeling about that.
Okay. So we don't stand, we're going to do something, is what you're saying.
Yeah, so I would pop a card down. You know, maybe you want to... Maybe just play this. If you play it, you get to draw another card.
Okay.
Okay, so it'll just match up on the side, right? And all the Tainted Grail encounters tell a story, right? So you're talking to the Village Fool, and you're a mind-numbing candle. So you lit a different candle.
Lit a candle.
Awesome.
Ooh. You're making the idiot a little bit more of an idiot. You get to draw an extra card.
Draw a card. Okay. Cool.
Now let's see if this card changes with anything. So this card would be able to pair with the bird symbol. However, we need a bird symbol locked in there for that to happen. So you could go ahead and play this down.
You know what? Yeah.
Then you could follow up with this here.
Okay, so realistically, it's going to do, if you do that, right, we're going to go up one,
down 1.
Up 1, and then it's going to reduce the duration 1.
Which would be fine, because it would keep us in gray.
Yeah, and then the net of this, right? So if we go through all the steps here, we play these cards, right? Then you want to move the red cube
up 1 because we matched with the bird there. But then we go down 1 because of his end of turn result.
Well, we go down 1 in duration.
Down 1 in duration.
And then we resolve his effect now. We go down 1 because he's getting tired of us.
Here.
And we go down to 0, which will
that
automatically
encounter ends, which ends up with us just losing 1 energy.
Okay, so you lose an energy.
Which isn't great. We don't want you to lose energy.
Okay.
But it's better than health.
What was the status we gained? It was the
something number 2, topography number 2, I believe.
Is that what you needed?
I needed topography something.
Yeah, I know.
Let me
grab that. Let's check, because we can take a look. You're still at 106,
I'm
because
still
we can
at
actually
106.
take a look at it
So
and
let me
see
just
what it is.
explore. It's free to explore, right? Let me just explore while I'm here. Okay.
So basically, I'm on top of the mountain going, I just got topography
You need,
too!
you need topography
I need
part 1.
one.
That might be on the top of this here.
Okay. You know what? Let's move over here. Let's explore.
Do you want
here.
me to go down here? And
You don't have
save-
energy.
I have 1 energy.
Save your energy for the moment.
It'll take you an energy
And
to move.
let's because if we need to go back this way, I can pay your energy cost maybe.
Okay.
So we'll
So my thought was reach the cleaved hillside or reach the Titanic helmet. Both of those sound like big things.
well, let's go for the Titanic helmet.
Okay.
Climb inside it, you know.
An ornate dome
do
of
it.
some strange design rests in the corner of the battlefield. Go to verse 6.
Okay.
What at first seemed like a helmet fit for a giant, up close turns into something stranger still. An ornamental steel carapace that must have once protected some giant crustacean. Atop the slippery dome there is an empty throne once occupied by the rider of this enormous sea creature. Strange ornamentation indicates that the carcass was crafted by the Formians, a race of sea giants who hate humans as much as the original masters of Avalon. Only the Formian could travel this far into the land of humans. Nonus, Bishop of the Deep. Choose one. Climb up into the seat at the top of the armor. Requires at least 2 courage, which you do not have, or leave.
Okay. So I have to.
Have we
leave.
been able to spend the experience?
We don't have enough experience. We can talk about after we finish here with this part 6 card how experience.
Place a
works in
time
this
token
game.
on this location and go to verse 10.
Alrighty.
Verse 10. Roll a die and add +2 for each time token on this location, then check your result below.
Okay, so I got 5.
5. Nothing happens, exploration ends.
Okay. Sticking around there is probably not the best adventure. Okay, so we've kind of done what we can up there, right? And I don't know if getting anything. Maybe I need to look more in the town. Because it seems like this is the closest option, right, to...
From what I can tell, it almost seems like we can either figure out the puzzle to climb up on top of the reflected town or pay the caravan.
Yeah.
Those are like the 2 pathways.
All right, you know what? I'll go back here.
Search the town a little bit
We'll
more.
explore it again. We'll kind of see. You know, we'll see if we can figure out the puzzle here.
So the
it's not
options
going to be perfect.
Options you have: try to reach the Overlook, but you need topography Part 1 status. Search the town's ruins. Take a swim in the lakes. Look into the reflection on the lake. Visit the stone shack. Check the shattered waystones. Look into the reflection is free.
Let's
Which we
look
did
into-
already once, right?
We
No.
swam.
Let's look into the reflection.
I wonder if you might be able to like see the mountainside or something like that. That's what I'm. That's
And we
what
go
I'm
to
imagining.
verse for looking into the reflection.
We go to verse. Oh.
Okay, so
Oh.
we'll.
You need card 50 for that.
Oh.
What does it say? We need card 50 there.
It's just that thing, I
Oh,
think it's card
yes.
50, so.
Oh.
So let's see where we need to go here.
Go to Book of Secrets, verse 385. Do we have this?
Yeah, for sure.
Do we? No, wait. It says otherwise. Read on.
Oh, maybe
We don't
haven't-
have this
oh.
yet.
Oh, that feels bad. That's a bad feel.
But that's so cool.
Okay.
Like
okay.
it's there. It's there. Somehow we can find. We can. Ah!
Okay, so I'll go back.
The waters
to
are still. You see only
here.
your tired face and the sky looming above your head. Perhaps these were all lies. Exploration ends. I love this little extra.
All right. So
Puzzle
why
piece.
don't we? You know what? I'm gonna search the town's ruins.
Search the town's ruins. Go to verse
Yeah,
11.
I'll spend an energy.
That's what he wanted us to do to start with, West. If he's
I'll
right.
try to see what we
We'll
see.
see. We'll see.
If you have the foraging, part 1 status, there's nothing more here. Exploration ends.
We do not have foraging part 1.
Otherwise, read on. In one of the ruined townhouses, you spot some dried sticks protruding from the crack in the wall. Inside, you find a nest of wild geese full of large eggs. Leave the geese alone. Gain 1 food. Damn it. And foraging part 1 status. Exploration ends.
Okay.
Those are yummy eggs. A little bigger. They got
How much energy do you have
some
left?
seasoning.
I have 1 energy. The only thing I can think of is we need to fight our way through Wagonburg.
Fight our way through? I mean, we're not making it there and fighting now.
You know what? Let's travel to Wagonburg. Let's just see what we got going on here. I'll explore it. I have no energy, so if they need me to do energy, we're in for a rough adventure here. So
105. Oh, we could have done a search here. Try to find the way around the fort. Maybe we just understood it as
Wow. Who read this?
you, I believe.
I did.
I think
Pretty sure.
I just learned it as
I got verse 1. That's what you told me to read. So
I think
that's
in
what I
my
was
mind
reading.
I just heard, "Hey idiot, try to find your way around the fort." But this is saying like
Spend
There
an
was
energy
an
and you could find your way around.
there was
the
an
fort.
option to try to find your way. Do
Yeah.
we want to say we have done that?
let's go for it.
Let's go.
You know
Let's
what?
pretend like we have
Like-
the energy.
Okay.
And let's go for a verse 6 hit here. Whoever chose the spot for the wagon fort chose it well. You see no obvious way around the fortifications, at least not one that wouldn't get you into a killing zone of frightful longbows. There's even a hand cannon on a swivel. We're not fighting them.
I don't know. I like my chance.
Mounted on one of the platforms. You never thought the brigands would have one of these ancient homeland weapons in working order. As you inspect the obstacle, you notice many guards are nervous and clutch small charms and talismans, peering out into the weirdness close by. Despite their formidable fortifications and the exorbitant tolls they charge, it seems many brigands don't want to be stuck around here. You wonder what it would take to scare them all away. If you're playing Gwyrden, or if you're playing Elgin, otherwise, read on. We are playing both Gwyrden
Well,
and
so
Elgin.
it's him though that's
It's
there.
me exploring. So
Yeah.
we'll, be
So
going to
we'll go to verse 4.
with a third one.
After a while, you also spot a dark shape looming in the mists of the northwest. It is a jagged cliff overlooking the trail and the Wagonburg. Your tactical sense, earned in blood during countless border skirmishes, begins to tingle. At the very least, this overlook could be used as an observation post to scout the Wagonburg for any weakness. At best, it's a commanding position that could be used to fire down on the brigands with impunity. You wonder whether you could reach this overlook from a plateau to the west of here. Gain topography part 1 status.
Ooh.
New lead. Inspect the top of the cliff overlooking the wagon fort, accessible from the location to the west. If you're playing Elgin, go to verse 8. Otherwise, it ends.
Okay.
Or not playing Elgin. Okay.
Alrighty. So we do have that status now to go
Yep.
actually. So I guess we'll see what happens.
So I still have 1 energy left, but that means I'm fully exhausted at 0.
You can't get. You can't get back to where we need to go.
Do we think we have another round after this, or do we think chapter part 6 is closing the door?
We'll see. We'll see. Let's find out.
If this is the door closed, I will be back.
Oh yeah.
I will be back.
100%.
It's so good. It's
Clearly, the moral of the story is I need to look at all these
right.
things as we're going along.
Let's take a look. Let's go ahead. Let's go ahead and cycle it. We're all out of energy.
Yep. So do the upkeep here,
I don't-
right?
yeah, I don't
so
have any
rest
food, so.
for. Well, I have a food, so I'll continue.
So
to enjoy.
that just gives me 4, right? Resting gets you 4?
Resting goes all the way up to the top.
If you're
not zero.
exhausted. Yeah.
Okay, so I'm not exhausted. Am I exhausted?
Yeah.
I'm only exhausted here at the 0 or at the
Yeah,
1?
you're
That's zero.
exhausted at
So you'll go all the way up to
zero
6.
Okay,
Yep.
because you don't get these bonus ones?
Yep.
Okay.
Yep. Okay.
The Braided Burris. The band of the Kingseeker burns, urging you onward and threatening to turn your bones into ash should you forsake your search. Gain 1 part of the Time Passes Chapter 1 status. If you have 3 or more parts of this status, go to the Book of Secrets, verse 77. Hint. If you let too many days pass, the Kingseeker brand will begin to burn harder, and some story interactions may change as a result of passing time. Put this card on the top of the event deck. Then place 5, -1 per player, random events on top of it.
I got those. So
You
we
got
are
5 -1 per player, so 3 total.
3 total.
Okay.
The story lives on. There it is.
But these are probably really bad events, I'm guessing.
No. So, you haven't played Tainted Grail before. These events are going to be like clear sky, stormy skies.
Yeah.
They're going to be kind of weather or day effects.
They're
spawn enemies.
they're not horrendous or cruel. They're just what's happening in the world.
Yeah, because
Okay.
you're always going to be drawing an event. Not every event's going to be rolling here.
These two turn back over, though, right?
They're going to turn back over.
Less good.
Yeah, so it's not great. We're going to roll the die here for our Hex Leech. Now, I refresh the rules. The Hex Leech is going to move. Like, it is not connected. It will move to the highest numbered location adjacent.
Gotcha.
So, easy peasy to deal with here. So now with that, I'm just going to roll up here. Like, I can roll up and figure out what's happening on this next
Now, Wes,
location.
you could have spent 1 energy and only refreshed to 4 to be down here instead of up there, because we knew those were flipping. Your call, but...
I don't know. I think having the extra energy
Okay.
maybe makes sense.
Okay.
Well, why don't you pop on down there, Wes? Because you're going to lose a health, but also, let's take a look at the book over here. Book of Secrets, verse 4.
You wanna check
Yeah,
that out?
let's
We
see.
have not entered the Wyrdness before. This is our first journey into the Wyrdness.
Yeah,
We keep avoiding it.
we've been...
The book said it was not always negative. It was just sometimes
Sometimes negative.
definitely bad.
And does this say I
Most-
lose a health then?
Yes, you
Okay.
do. All right, Book of Secrets, verse 4. Most of the battlefield is covered in thick weirdness. The shattered hills, cracked rocks, and discarded pieces of armor looming in its clouds. It's too dangerous to explore here now. Only one area seems remotely free. A flat expanse full of craters filled with black substance. One of these craters is boiling violently. If you have at least 2 practicality, we go to verse 14. Otherwise, exploration ends.
All right, exploration ends.
Cool. Hey, easy peasy.
I love that with the Wyrdness covering the landscape, there's something different
No,
there.
there's something that relates to like what you could see with it open, but it's enough of a taste that like, you know, I'm still a bit and you're probably still a bit in the mode of let's just flip it to regular as we're going along.
But
right?
there's some version of this game that encourages you to explore the Wyrdness in a real way.
Yeah, for sure. Like, do I really want to figure out how to make the weirdness go away there? Or is it okay to just kind of go on, see what's there if I want to do something else? Yeah, if you want to roll over here, West, I'll pay 1, roll over as well. And let's explore over here. And I now have the status to look at that ledge.
Yeah, that awkward. I don't know who was reading that section.
I don't know who
Got a bad read.
who was looking at that to see kind of.
I literally, in my mind, it should have triggered, but in my mind, it just translated as
All right.
try to find a way around.
No.
It's going to
you're
take 2 energy.
Oh, I got it all day, every
Okay.
day. We're
He's
good.
excited about this. He's been waiting for this.
And then
trigger
go
finger's
to
itchy.
verse 17. That's really far. Go to Book of Secrets, verse 204, which is in the back, you said, right?
It is in the back.
204 is far.
That's a deep Book of Secrets.
Okay. Is location 105B revealed?
No, it is not.
Okay.
It is not.
No,
Are
it's
you
not
100%
revealed.
Sure.
Yes.
There's nothing to see here. The exploration ends.
Hold on. Can I see that real
Yeah,
quick?
you can have a good read, but if it's not revealed, then we don't get to see what's underneath there.
Let's check West's read.
It's fair.
Well, no, I'm very confident Wes can read properly.
Well,
I mean,
where are you from again?
it's Virginia.
Yeah, man, that's not instilling much confidence in me.
It's slightly better than Kentucky.
I never claimed to read.
This is true.
Yeah.
This is very true.
Cadius?
No, that's definitely how it rolls here.
Oh no.
So, There's just nothing to see here.
How do we get 105B?
We need to spend a bit more time at Wagenburg, and there was something specific for Elgin there too, and we might need to combo things a little bit more.
What is 105B? I don't understand what a B status is.
So I saw them at the end. They're just location variants, right?
Ah.
So, for instance, locations may change over time due to I don't.
Due to actions that
It's
happen in
been
that
years
spot.
since original Tainted
Got it.
Grail, but I'm still not going to start spoiling
There's
things.
really,
that
there's
happen.
Totally
really
fair.
nothing there.
Nope.
It really links up like that. That is really how it works.
I felt
so we just
real
spent
good
2
about
energy to be like,
Hey, we're all right.
Nah,
we're back
good.
over here. So
All right.
let's roll back up. If you want to roll over to Wagenburg here,
Yep. All right.
and explore that, because you can try to find a way. And there was a spot for Elgin.
Yeah, they're right. Yeah, they're right.
They-
It's pretty obvious. There's not even much in between to navigate.
Yeah. So
Okay.
I'm over there. Let's see if we can't do some more stuff in Wagenburg here.
All right, Wagenburg,
Yeah.
I'm coming for you.
Yeah.
We're gonna rip you apart. So, Reflected Town, Wagenburg. You can try to find a way around the fort, or approach the fort.
And it would be the one to try to find the way.
Yeah. Let's try to
around
find
the
a way
fort.
around.
Okay. Reading. We're jumping directly to 8. Skipping the other stuff that we don't need to read.
Yeah.
What drew you to the candle making and pushed you to enter the grueling apprenticeship was that this profession was part craft and part magic.
Yeah.
When infused with various magical ingredients or exposed to weirdness and candlemaker's will, one could create a candle with almost any imaginable effect.
It's all about the wicks.
You know of candles that could cloud the mind. You know of ones that obscure vision, and once, in an old tome of your master's study, you've seen a candle that could cause sheer terror in hundreds of men. Famously used to make an entire army flee during the Second War between Lothian and Vendia, you could use it now. Too bad its main ingredient, Weird Boar's tallow, is now impossible to find, as all weird boars in Western Avalon were hunted down by the first human settlers, and to think that in ancient Lothian it was a common ingredient. If only you could turn back time. New lead. Find a way to create a terror-inducing candle that requires a once common ingredient now almost unattainable.
Okay.
So great.
Okay.
This is an old battlefield.
We have an old battlefield. At 108, we have cages full of things.
Yeah. There were lots of cages up there.
That's interesting.
Okay.
So do I use another energy to get back over here so we're closer, or do you?
Yeah, I mean, if you want to,
Yeah.
if it exhausts you, I'd say no. If it doesn't,
It does exhaust me.
I would not move if
Okay,
it
so
exhausts
okay,
you then. Okay, yeah, so we're kind of at a part. We need to find a way forward.
Okay.
Right, of some description.
Yeah, this area down here looks like a forest. Do we
We
think
went
that
in there.
could potentially be
It
any more?
is a forest. That area generates us wealth.
Should we go in there with the fog?
You think the fog turns back time?
I don't know.
We've heard it mentioned multiple times now.
Like, it said something
if only
about
we could
time.
find a way to turn back time. What if the fog rewinds stuff a bit?
I don't know.
You hear what I'm saying?
We definitely didn't go in there. Yeah, let's
Let's start exploring the weirdness a little bit. I'm interested if there's something in the cages if we go look at them in the fog.
Yeah. Okay. So I don't really have anything to do at the moment. I'll spend 1 to. I'm okay. I don't really have anything that I want to do at the moment.
Okay.
Okay.
So I'm feeling okay. So we'll rest, prep for next turn to just kind of. I don't want to end my turn in the fog hanging out.
Okay.
So, yeah. I'm not going to eat a food this turn. That's fine. Who needs to eat food?
I haven't eaten food in a turn here.
You're fine. Yeah, you've
I'm
actually
okay,
you've
so-
lost a decent amount of weight.
Yep.
Yeah,
Hey.
I'm looking pretty good.
You're looking slim
I'm
and trim these
trimming
days.
out.
Unlike this guy here.
So am I. So am I.
Yeah.
All right. Cool. And that's good. So we'll just
We'll just pull the next card.
Well, we'll do the Guardian first. And then,
We can forget the Guardian. He doesn't really matter. It's fine.
oh, he's going
He's
south,
going back
though.
down. Look at that.
He's going
See?
south. He wanted to be ignored, too.
Good weather. The first traveler of each character costs 1 movement less. Experienced journeymen know how to make the most of decent weather while it lasts.
Just set it up here on top. That's fine.
Okay,
Oh, we'll just do it face up.
that'll work.
Alrighty. Cool. So it's free travel here. Cool. Pop me into the weirdness over there.
Okay.
You know what? Because I do have 2 practicality.
Now this has the bubbling tar pit.
I know. So I'm going to lose a health. Okay.
Yeah.
And
Any interest in the bubbling tar pit?
let's go for it.
You want to go for it? So, Book of Secrets, verse 4. If you have at least 2, oh no, it doesn't have. Oh, you do.
I do.
Whoa! Go to verse 14.
Yeah.
I love that.
Yeah.
Okay. The other pools are quiet, and there are no hot springs or volcanic gases anywhere in sight. You realize that something else at the bottom of the middle of the pool is causing it to boil. You try to throw in some things into the tar-like surface and find it quickly dissolves everything but metal. Given enough time, you could cobble together a simple grappler tool that would let you safely reach into the pool. Choose one. Search the boiling pool's bottom, or leave.
I've spent the energy. I'm envisioning those little things you can get to just kind
Verse
of
25.
Like magnet fishing, but with a
with a magnet
hook.
fishing with
Yeah.
less good tools and
If any
something
character
that's
has
all,
secret card 21, there's nothing more to find here.
Oh.
Otherwise, read on.
Okay.
25 or 24?
Right here.
Okay.
Carefully.
You carefully feel the bottom of the pond with a hook attached to a metal pole. At first, you only fish out small rocks. After a while, the hook strikes against something that feels metallic. The item is small. It slips off the hook several times before you're able to drag it out of the pond. As soon as you do, the pond's surface immediately grows still, just like other ponds around it. At the end of the hook, you see a golden locket. You touch it carefully, but it's not hot. It wasn't the temperature that disturbed the weird locket around this item. The locket bears the sign of the Aquailand royalty. It was an old kingdom back in the homelands, beyond the sea, that resisted Arthur's conquest the longest. What a strange place to find such an item. You open the locket. Inside is a portrait of a young noblewoman and a message. As soon as you read it, your knees begin to feel soft. You're holding something that belonged to one of the kings of ruin. The message says, "Remember your promise, Claudine." Gain secret card 21. Exploration ends.
Okay. Secret card 21, Claudine's Memento. The start of the day, you can pay 1 magic to lose 2 terror once per day. So, just a nice little relic here. All right, so you know what? I'm just gonna roll south.
You're going to go down.
Yeah, I'm gonna go down. We didn't
Wow.
look at that either in the weirdness.
Each party member gains a insanity.
Yep.
Then read verse 70.
So both of us do, or just the person who's there?
Just me.
Okay.
You
And
could
then
be
that
moving
gives you
together.
the chance to like pop up to there. We'll
Sounds
kind of
good.
tackle it and
if you have the secret messages, part 1.
We do not.
Okay?
Wait.
Secret
do.
messages.
We have secret messages.
Part 1.
Yep.
Go to verse 85. Okay. If you have the sticky fingers, part 2.
We do.
Okay. Go to verse 84. If there's no time token on this location, draw and resolve a purple encounter. Regardless of the result, place a time token on this location. Exploration ends.
okay, a purple encounter, huh? I feel privileged. Yeah, this is gonna go great. Weird acclaimed.
Oh my. But
Okay.
it's not a boar.
Well,
That is,
not as visible.
That's a problem.
The damage weirdness does to mind is just as dangerous.
Okay.
Maybe
so,
he's got a satchel with some of that boar goo in it.
I'm gonna say no,
Yeah.
but
You don't think he has a Borgu satchel?
I don't think so. But we're probably gonna be looking up in some cages here, and you've got the energy to get up there, and I think that'll be kind of where we're looking. Let me grab some cards here. Okay. What we're dealing with. Okay.
Charge Quick Load, and Silver Bolt.
Okay. Well,
So as your characters start growing and developing, you get to customize and choose how these decks evolve as well.
yes.
So you start figuring out like pathways and chains and like, you know, get the right hierarchy of cards in order,
Yeah,
and you're
for
like,
sure.
da-da-da-da-da.
Nope, 100%. And that'll be a good time.
Except right now where we're all dying.
Just dying, yeah.
Ooh,
Lots of death.
let's do this. You know what? I have a magic. Let's do that. I'll pay the 1 magic to connect my magic bolt together, right? Does 1, and then it gains 1 when fighting a purple encounter. So it'll be 2.
Okay?
Alrighty.
His
We'll,
response, 2 through 3, he is going to go ahead and deal 1 damage to you.
Okay, and I can take a damage.
Okay, drop a card.
Okay, I have a defend here.
You don't have the magic you need.
You know what I'll
Don't.
do here? I'm just gonna play this.
Okay?
I'll just defend myself. Okay.
Place a time token on this card. When the last time token is removed from this card, draw 1. Each party member prevents 2 damage.
Okay, so it's gonna deal me damage. We'll take the time token off here, and I'll draw 2 cards and then pick between them, or pick and see what I want to do here.
Daring Bolt and Powerful Bolt.
Okay, so the only downside is Powerful Bolt is almost gonna kill it, but not, and gonna leave me like a turn out in the cold here.
Mm-hmm.
So it might be worth doing Disabling Bolt. I'll probably get rid of Quick Load here.
What about
So
this? What about Charge followed by Powerful Bolt?
That's not bad. What's 3? That's just damage. It'll be 2 damage to me. Okay. These are both gonna do the same thing for me.
Yeah,
And
but
I
this
don't-
won't set this up to succeed. Okay.
Oh, true, because I can't do the double. Yep. Nope. You're right. Okay. Let's do that.
Okay, so that's popping down. You have a success there on
Yep,
your
that's
practicality.
1 damage to it. Yep.
1 damage is popping over. Now at 3, it's going to do another damage to you.
And it's gonna do 2 because it does an extra damage since I charged it. Yep. So I'll move down 2 here.
But now you're in a position where you can do your Powerful Bolt.
Yep. And I'll draw the card just for
Powerful
posterity's
Bolt will
sake.
lock in there. Because you only have 1 of these, you'll do 2 damage up there, and then at times 2 down here, you're doing 4 more damage,
Alright.
and you take it out.
And it's done.
Loot,
And that's,
1 wealth, 1 magic.
Okay. 1 wealth, 1 magic. Alrighty.
You see how that worked?
I see how that works.
That's how it was like supposed to go when it didn't go like that all the other times.
Less excited because it didn't give us any.
Well, so
Any-
just trying to
any
cover our
good
bases
here.
here
Old
on
boar
what we
butt?
can,
Old boar butt,
yeah.
what we can get.
Yeah.
So
So it sounds like I need to make a candle to be able to explore the cages that are going to be up here.
I don't know. There's an event up there when you get up there, and I still think that the Wyrdness might rewind time somehow.
All right, so
Yeah.
1, and
I've
then
heard
moving
that.
into
I've
here,
heard that
I lose
phrase
a health.
a few
and
times
then
now.
verse 4 happens, but it's just going to be do nothing, right? Because we have that status now.
Right. And
So-
then go up here, and then I gain a terror.
And verse 20.
Verse 20.
Monsieur Arcadius,
Yeah.
would you like the pleasure of reading?
Oh, thank you. Thank
I
you.
love reading this stuff.
Oh, yeah. Alrighty.
I think we all do.
Okay. The weirdness grows denser as you walk up the hills, along an old path that seems to lead toward the King's Pass. Within the mist, blackened teeth of old iron cages jut from the hillside, some still holding twisted, motionless shapes. Soon you see nothing but colorful fog in front of you, and feel nothing but the physical pain of your body stretched into different directions by invisible powers. As you prepare to turn back, a song sounds in the mist somewhere close by. It is so strange and beautiful you stop mid-step. The weirdness seems to resonate with the song. It wisps, swirling and dancing to the tune of the voice, but you see no clear way to reach it. Otherwise, read on. You've heard that travelers who stray far from the light of Waystone sometimes use shards that allow them to see through the weirdness and reveal many strange hidden things. If only you had one. People who live close to weirdness often carry tools that allow them to deal with its influence. You wonder if there's anyone alive left in the ruined town you passed by on your way here. All right, so we're done with that now. Your first movement was free, by the way, West.
Oh, okay.
Because of it's good weather right now.
So I don't have any food. I can't make a candle.
No, and I don't think that'll matter right now because we need an item to be able to see kind of what we're missing right now.
Mm-hmm. So should I go back over here?
That might be the play. Go back because I think there's someone living in that town.
There is, yep.
And I think we need to figure out how to talk to them.
One more health.
You think there's someone living in the reflected town?
That kid?
Yeah. Well, not the kid, which is entertaining, but there's it talked about a hut put together with stones. And because it was visit the stone shack.
Interesting.
And it's free to see what happens here, you know? So if there's a time token on this location, the hermit won't talk to you now. Exploration ends.
But there's no time token.
Yep.
Nope. So we do not have notable deeds. Otherwise, read on. In his simple dark robe with a clean-shaven face and a halo of long gray hair, the hermit looks almost like a monk. Tall and lean, he towers over you as he says with contempt, "This is my place. What are you doing here?" Choose one. Tell him you're looking for an adventure. Tell him you're looking for a place to rest. Tell him you're a traveler trying to return home.
So that sounds like looking in for an adventure because we're trying to go into the Wyrdness.
Both of our letters are about trying to go home. Like we're like traveling salesmen. Car broke down. We can't get back home anymore. We are.
All right.
It's more noble than that.
Sounds boring, but okay. Going
I mean,
home.
you can tell him any of them.
Yeah, you can tell him whatever you want to do.
If our letters say going home, then I'll say going home.
Okay. All right. Cool. We'll go home. So I want to break into song here about going home.
Home.
Hey,
It's where your heart is. Home. It's gonna pardon. Home. That's all I got.
You do not know Simon and Garfunkel.
I kind of do, but I've had a little to drink.
Literally
Just a little.
Yeah,
Literally
just a little. Just a little.
The hermit invites you inside his cramped shack. It smells of soot and sweat.
And
he gives you a mug of warm goat's milk.
Nice.
"I know what it means to lose your home," he says, toying with an old green pendant hanging from his neck. "To be trapped away from those you love. Anyway, did you come to see the reflected town? You'd be better off gambling in a brothel. The weather must be just right. The time of day and light must be just right. It never happens more than a couple times a year, sometimes even less than that." Seeing your disappointed face, he adds, "But I know of something that could help you see the reflection. A real treasure. Once, I would never part with it, but I think I used it for too long. It's no good for me. You see, I'm ready to trade for whatever you can offer in return. So buy his treasure for 1 wealth or 1 food, or discard 1 item."
1 wealth.
Cool. Verse 14 here. The hermit removes one of the stones from his shack's wall and gives it to you. The stone is heavy but appears mundane. Noting your confusion, the hermit scowls. "What? You thought that's it? I just need you to hold it, fool." From the hole behind the stone, that's awesome. A small item.
That's awesome.
Carefully wrapped in layers of cloth and hands it to you.
I feel like it.
I just need you to hold it.
Through the weird glass shard, you can see the reflected town at any moment. It also serves to reveal many other hidden things. Just go out and give it a try. But remember, if you ever find your way into the reflection, do not ever speak. Your voice will stir the waters, and then all sorts of horrible things will happen.
Nice.
And we will gain Secret Card 50.
Nice. That's Secret Card 50.
It is Secret Card 50.
Ooh.
And that is important from now on. Whenever the verse you read contains any hidden text, you may use the secret to read it. So we can test Secret Card 50 on light.
Everything's read through it. Is that a clue?
Congratulations.
Very
I feel
nice.
proud of you. And you can do the text. It says, go to the Book of Secrets, verse 18 here.
Nice.
I'll just flip over here. I'm assuming this is a congratulations. You did something.
Yeah, let's teach you how to do this.
All right.
You did something good.
Each character gains an XP.
Oh.
Cool.
Exploration ends. So now
No, that's magic.
we have a... I'll hand this back over here. So now we have the item where we can look into the lake. Would you like to look into the lake there, West?
Is it free?
It costs an energy.
That makes me exhausted.
Are you feeling confident? How
Yes.
bold are you feeling?
I'm always confident, but you told me don't do it, so exhausted it is.
Let's take a look into the... Because we tried to look in earlier, and it was like, it's water. Congrats.
Yeah, that's all it says.
You see nothing.
All right, we're going to
106.
106. Oh, now we get to do this. Look in. It doesn't take an energy.
Oh, it doesn't
Look
take
into the
an
reflected
energy.
lake. Wait.
Oh,
You cannot wait to see if the legends are true. Go to verse 1. Go to Book of Secrets, verse 385.
yeah.
This is way back in the back. As you peer at the waters of the lake through the strange warped piece of glass, you almost jump back with terror. Instead of your own reflection set against the ruins and the gray sky above, you see a colorful crowd walking down the stone promenade in the light of countless lanterns, with opulent stone townhouses behind them set against the night sky. This golden dream from an age long past is strangely hypnotizing. Choose one. Enter the reflection or leave the exploration.
But it requires all characters.
Okay, so we'll have to do that when I'm up there.
So exploration ends
Technically,
for
I
me.
can-
Now
up
we
there.
have a time travel element. This is so cool.
We are... I mean, I can get up there in just a second.
Okay, let's.
All right, I just need to... All right, I'm going to be really not healthy here. Okay. If I mosey up here, I lose another health. We're at 1 health, by the way. So,
Okay.
just I want everyone to be very confident in their... Cool. And that was...
You can pay a wealth to gain 3 health and an energy, by the way. But I think you have to pay an energy.
I pay... So, if I pay an energy and I'm exhausted, and a wealth...
Yeah. And you get 3 health.
I'll do that. 1, 2, 3.
And let's use West's energy to go ahead and.
Yeah, and that's a wealth. Yep. Okay, cool. And let's...
do we want to enter the reflection now, or do we want to have more energy?
let's just enter the reflection.
See what it does?
Yeah.
Just make sure you keep your mouth shut. The old man in the cabin told me don't say anything.
That's like... And let's be honest here. I feel very confident he's not making that up either.
I would 100% agree with you. Old men in cabins
Like,
with
you
long
step
wispy
on a...
beards.
If you know, class has ever taught me anything, you step on a butterfly in prehistoric days and suddenly everybody's...
You're having a bad day.
Everybody's flying in cars when you get back.
You carefully walk into the water waist deep, trying not to stir the reflection in which the top half of your body sticks out of the lake near the town's promenade. Your wet face glistens with reflections of golden lanterns. You kneel and submerge your head. Then you slowly prostrate yourself. Golden light floods your eyes. Townsfolk on the promenade look at you strangely, probably not used to someone having a midnight bath. You no longer need to look through the glass. Everything is as real as the world you just left behind. You lift yourself up onto the stone embankment and join the crowd, soon reaching the main market of the town, still lively at this hour. If you don't have the Strange Lessons Part 2 status, each character gains 1 XP.
We gain 1 XP.
Yep.
Gain Strange Lessons Part 2 status, go to verse 189. The elegant townhouses frame a large market, still surprisingly lively at this hour. Choose one. Browse the wares, attempt to steal something, walk down the main road towards the town gates, ask for directions, or leave the reflection. Do not ask for directions.
Yeah, so I think directions will instantly, like, doom us somehow. We have no wealth. We aren't buying anything.
Yeah.
Like, that's not happening.
Attempt to steal?
I don't feel like good things are going to happen.
if we attempt to steal anything.
But I feel totally fine. Like, why don't we just walk out the main gate? What happens? What do we do?
Let's find out. I agree. I think that's probably our best bet.
How far can this reflection go? Go to verse 33.
Like, I don't know.
If you have one or more parts of the Time Passes Chapter 1 status,
We do not.
go to verse 23, otherwise read on. A stroll down the
We
towns...
have one part of it.
Do we?
Because
No.
that was part of this, right? gain 1 part of the time passes chapter 1 status.
West.
All right. Well, sorry. My bad.
You're good. You're fine.
Go to verse 23.
Yeah.
A stroll down the town's main street takes you farther and farther from the lake. The illusion becomes unstable. You walk past a guard and a gathering of priests who seem to fade in and out of total blackness. You navigate rapidly, dissolving streets until you reach the edge of the reflection, just outside of the city gates. Go to verse 55. As you step outside of the open town gates, you realize this is as far as the reflection goes. The road dissolves into pure blackness just 100 feet away, beyond the dim waystone that rests askew outside of the town's limits. The travelers walk into the darkness as if it wasn't there, and sometimes it spits out a cart or a traveler heading towards the city. However, you do not dare to enter this oblivion. Instead, your eyes gravitate to the waystone. It is the same one that sits shattered at the edge of the ruin on the other side of the reflection. Only this waystone looks fine. Choose one. Pay 2 energy to activate the waystone, or pay 2 energy to pay the blood price to activate the waystone, or return to the lakeside market.
We're going to have to return.
We can activate a hidden waystone?
Yeah.
That's cool.
But it just might bring this waystone already back, though, wouldn't it?
I don't know.
I don't know if it's this one. I think it's this one, maybe.
Maybe.
I have no idea.
I think it's down there in the corner.
But we do not have the energy to activate it.
Yep.
189. I like the idea of hidden waystones, though. Back at the market. Browse the wares, attempt to steal something, walk down the main road, ask for directions, or leave the reflections. I'm feeling ask for directions, guys.
No. We can either browse the wares or leave the reflection.
So if we browse the wares, we're still going to be talking to someone.
What does an
Not
old
necessarily.
man know?
We could just be looking
What does
around.
an old guy know?
You know what, Jesse? Fine. Turn and take
absolutely
a look.
not.
Now, West.
No.
Like,
Hear me
We're
out.
not asking for directions. I saw the old man. You didn't see him. He had a long beard, okay? He told me to hold a stone, and I was like, old man, you're so weird. And he's like, you're an idiot. Just hold the stone so I can get the thing out of the... So absolutely not. We are not going to talk to anybody. We're going to leave, or we're going to browse wares.
Okay.
One or the other.
All right.
What about
So,
steal?
Let's...
We're not stealing anything either.
So,
Guys
all
are
right,
no fun.
With that, let's leave the reflection.
No, let's browse the wares, because maybe there is that tallow that I'm looking for my magic candles.
We also have no wealth, so even if we find it, we are...
Then maybe we steal at that point, okay? But until I find magic candles...
Oh my god.
The variety and beauty of displayed wares makes your head spin. Fancy cloths, elaborate children's toys, slender musical instruments. At the height of its power, the kingdom of Luthien offered its people many comforts that today are just a hazy memory. However, you see nothing that would be useful to you right now. Choose one. Check the candle-making supplies.
Check
the Fletcher's wares. Ask about something else. I'm thinking we ask.
Check candle-making supplies.
Candle-making supplies, you know
Verse
what?
19. In quiet bewilderment, you browse through the ingredients you've only seen in old codices and on musky scrolls, including the fat, now extinct species, such as legendary Wyrdness, and herbs from lands that are long lost to the Wyrdness. You'd love to buy a couple of these things, but the prices are steep. Hand the money to the stall owner. Only if you don't have the stocking up Part 1 status, pay 2 wealth, go to verse 124, or attempt to haggle with a stall owner. I think we try to haggle.
We're not going to haggle, and I don't think either of us have wealth.
And here's the funny thing. By the way, just through sheer happenstance, this is the same verse as just trying to talk to people. So it's going to take us, like, right to...
Death.
Yeah,
Instant
so no,
death.
we're not talking to anybody, Jesse.
No, I don't think
Jesse
so.
wants to spy later, he can.
So let's go elsewhere.
We could probably get a better price.
We probably could, and it's called Your Heart. So 189, please. And we're going to try to steal this.
All right, you know what? All right, let's see how it happens here.
Attempt to steal something. Go to verse 120.
We're doing it.
We just don't have any wealth. We can't pay it. I'm sorry, people of the past. We couldn't pay you for your goods.
Yeah. I mean,
120. If you have at least one
practicality,
go to verse 76. Otherwise, go to verse 122.
76.
76 is here. If you have the Sticky Fingers Part 1 status...
Nope.
We have Part 2.
We do not Part 1.
Go to verse 122. Otherwise, read on.
Nope.
You try to grab some valuables.
You're looking at the wrong thing.
No, go to verse 122. If you have the sticky fingers,
we
part
don't
1.
have part 1. We have part 2. That's what he was saying.
It's not hard to swipe a couple of pieces from the silverware stall when the merchant is not looking. Seconds after you move on, laminates and screams erupt behind your back. The guards push their way to the merchant, and everyone in the market immediately becomes more careful and suspicious. You wouldn't dare steal here again. Gain the sticky fingers part 1 status. 2 wealth and 1 magic, then
perfect.
go to verse 189.
I'll take the magic here.
Okay,
you
I got the wealth. Yep.
Let's go back, talk to the candle maker here. We have 2
We're
wealth.
not going to talk. We're just going to...
Everything
just
seems
gonna
like
give.
it's going to be
I'm
terrible
open
here.
to negotiating with him.
Yeah, but we're not. We're just going to... Here's your money. We're not even going to say it. We're just going to be like...
Are we open to negotiating?
No habla inglés.
There we go. Here we are. 19. Right.
Hand the money, verse 124. Pay 2
2
wealth.
wealth. And that 2 wealth is his. Look at that.
So 124.
Alrighty.
You don't think you're going to notice that's the silverware that people were screaming about a little bit? Congratulations, you now learned a new combat action. Gain secret card 54, Ancient Candle combat card, and shuffle it into the Elegance combat deck. Gain the Stocking Up part 1 status. Go to verse 189.
Okay.
And we're back at the beginning.
And I would
now
leave
we
at
leave.
this point.
What is that card?
So it's
That's
a
my
new,
special candle card.
It's a new candle card. So he got a new upgraded card that is a secret
That's
card.
kind of cool.
It is very cool.
That is really awesome.
Leave the reflection. The cold embrace, black waters awaits you patiently. Exploration ends. We didn't even talk to anyone, man.
I think
Yeah, I
that's
feel
okay.
good about not talking to anyone.
Jesse, when you play through it a second time here with
You feel
West
free.
and I here, not here, I'd go for
You
it.
do you, boo. Ancient Candle, that is pretty awesome.
It is very awesome. Gosh. And we're tantalizingly close now.
Okay.
How do I make sure I get to use this card in combat? Because I assume I have to shuffle this in.
You just gotta hope. That's kind of how it rolls, right?
Yeah.
Yeah. At this point, though, we can climb up on the town, and with the stocking up status, we now can look down and see what's going on here. So that is
Do that now?
We're definitely gonna have to rest.
Yeah, 100%.
there is no energy from
Okay,
anybody.
so
here.
rest to start with.
And we probably need to get some health back too at some point, right?
I have 4 health. I'm fine. We're fine. There's nothing to worry about here.
4 energy.
Anyway,
Go ahead and draw a random event, and we'll go through the hierarchy of events.
I'll spend a food this time though.
You've got to do the leech down here,
We do have to.
which
do
no
that.
one likes for the record.
5. Yeah, launch a roll here for the leech.
So he's going up?
east. It is going up again. Cool. Alrighty. With that, we'll look at a random event. We have good weather again. My
Excellent.
shuffling was phenomenal.
Very phenomenal.
So,
I wonder if they're
Awesome.
going to have a blue version of this.
I don't know.
You know how you can have both? You can have hidden text with different colors.
Yeah.
So I wonder if we're
Right.
going to run into a point where it's another section of text is just now not visible to you again.
Oh,
Maybe.
that could be cool.
That'd be fun.
Okay.
All right. So yeah, I'll explore here. Let's rock and roll.
Okay. So you're trying to reach the overlook above the trails. So pay 2.
Yep. So I'll pay 2 here.
Go to verse 17. Go to Book of Secrets 204. Monsieur West.
Yep.
This is where our story begins.
Dead end the last time. We're not dead.
If
ended.
location 105B is revealed, that's the same thing we did before.
Hold on.
Why would
hold
we do
on.
that?
No. We're missing a small thing here. We need to use the candle to scare the people.
Yeah, we need to go
All right,
here to do that.
Let me not spend my energy here.
'Kay.
We missed the critical part of let's use our candle.
Well, that's why I was wondering. I was like,
I didn't even. You want to roll back over here to 105 West, and I'll come hang out with you here, and let's explore over here.
105. All right, you take a look at this and tell us
Okay.
where we're going.
Oh goodness. So
There's a point where you can fight them.
Yeah, isn't it?
yes,
We're trying to.
100. So generically, right? if we try to find a way... Oh, hold on. Am I on the right? Yeah. Because we've done all the try to find a way around the fort.
Yeah, and one of them was needing
do all
something.
that adventure, right? And we've gotten all of that. So definitely going to have to just approach the fort. Like, that's just, we are going to approach the fort.
Okay.
There is no... Oh, no.
There was a place where we had to go.
Cool. So we have stocking up part 1 status, right?
Right.
That's it? We'll go to verse 9.
Oh,
That's
nice.
already
This
a
is the
thing
trigger
we can
for
do.
us. Okay.
Cool. With new ingredients in your pouches and the recipe in your memory, you are now ready to create and light candles that could clear the path. So, 2 energy, light a terror-inducing candle. Go to Book Secrets 24. Try to find a way around the fort that approach the fort or leave. 2 energy and lighting a
Yeah, I feel like a terror-inducing candle is.
All right, I got
2
you.
energy and a magic.
And a magic. I got a magic.
What if you didn't have the magic?
That would suck.
I could spend the magic for it. That'd be fine. The nice thing about a party ride is you can spend. Just can't trade magic between people. 24. You find a quiet spot upwind from the wagon fort at a safe distance. There, you unfurl your tool set and begin your work. Soon the candle is ready. You set it on a nearby stone, recheck the wind, light the knot, and move back. At first, there's only thick, oily smoke and the smell of burned fat. The heavy, dark cloud that rises from the candle swirls among light strands of weirdness like blood and milk. Then shades appear, and you suddenly realize you should look the other way.
Oh, no.
With your eyes shut, you hear the first screams in the Wagenburg.
Nice.
Then more terrified, inhuman. Mortifying shrieks of children. Wailing of their mothers. Sounds of fighting within the camp. And the candle only started burning. You try to tell yourself that any civilians in Wagenburg should know better than join a band of thugs. Yet you still begin to feel sick to your stomach. You never knew things would be this violent. New lead. There must be another way of pushing brigands from the trail that doesn't involve bloodshed. So, can decide to douse the candle and leave, or cover your ears and let the candle burn.
I'm sorry, I can't hear you with my ears covered here.
All right, so Elgin gains a terror, okay, and you gain the Cold Heart Part 2 status.
I love it. That sounds good.
And I'll go to 151.
I kind of love that decision, though.
I kind of feel after some of our dead ends of some of our frustration there being like, well, that's a shame.
There's so much stuff we still have not fully explored, too.
Yeah, it's amazing to me.
With your hands pressed tightly to your ears, you hear only muffled echoes of what happens in the Wagenburg. You wait a long while before you dare look. The candle has burned out completely, its stubs sitting in a wax pool. The camp is gone, with wheel marks indicating the armored wagons scattered in both directions. So each character gains an XP, then replace 105 with 105B.
Nice.
Wow.
And the road up further is now open.
105B somewhere.
Oh, it was at the back.
Yeah, I thought it might be.
Oh, no.
There's 19B. 105B. There we are.
Cool. Abandoned camp, and now location 109 exists.
Wow, yes.
Which we can put into play right now.
Okay.
But it's flipped over, right?
It is flipped over.
Oh, you're right.
Which is the Hanging Trail.
Okay.
Goodness gracious.
The Hanging Trail. Oh. The ornate bolts of dark iron were already embedded in the hillside when humans came to Avalon, but it was humans who used them to suspend their rickety bridges.
Oh,
Okay.
and there we go.
All right.
So if I were to go up there right now, I would be exhausted.
Okay. You know what? I'm determined. Just out of my own curiosity, I'll hand this over to you, West.
I feel like I'm kind of recovering from what I just did.
Why don't you recover from the horrible things you did?
Yeah.
I'm gonna go back here.
'Kay.
Because I keep trying to like
You want to
climb
look.
this.
You want to see.
So it was 2 energy to like go up and look at this overlook, right? Mm-hmm. And it was 204 in the Book of Secrets, by the way. We've read through it.
You're
enough.
like, I know what I'm trying to do.
Because it's now 105B instead of 105.
I'm curious as well.
You find a narrow path leading up to the overlook that grants a commanding view of the trail to the east. High above the ring of armored wagons blocking this route, you can see the brigands strutting around their camp from this current height. The oaken sides of their wagon offering them no protection at this angle. If you have Stocking Up Part 2...
We do not.
We do not. Otherwise, unfortunately, your weapon will not accurately deliver bolts this far. To reliably shoot at such a distance, you'd need a steel drawstring, or better yet, one of the masterwork crossbows of old Lothian. That's what he was known for. Unfortunately, you haven't seen any since the kingdom fell in the mists. New lead. The arms you seek were lost in the kingdom of Lothian Fell, but there is a ruined Lothian town not far from here by the lakeshore. Explore ends.
I have a feeling, just a small feeling,
that it's probably in here or in here.
We horrifically misread this the initial time. When all of us stared at it, if it was revealed, there's nothing to see here, exploration ends. It was never revealed. So anyway, when we were...
Oh, when all three of us looked at it, and we were all like, yep, that's definitely not it.
I was wondering about that, because I was like, it told us that we should be able to destroy the camp from this vantage point. All right, save your energy.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Like, we
Don't
looked
spend
at
your
it
energy.
a bunch of times.
You were actually over here the whole time.
Cool.
Yep.
I'm going to move on.
We're not perfect.
No.
That's definitely not.
It's also
a prototype. But it was just us reading
too
incorrectly
silly,
three
yeah.
times in a row.
No, we definitely all stared at it.
Yeah.
So, hey, cool. I'm
good.
fine with how the candle went down, though.
Yeah.
I'm going to be real honest. Like, that was very...
We do not have
Yeah.
much time left, though. Do we want to just shove forward?
Yeah, for sure.
Okay.
I'm just going to move forward there.
Do it.
Let's
All
just spend an energy.
Stepping up.
Do you want me to go
forward
with
here.
you to be able to help in any way? I've literally only got experience left, so...
No.
Okay.
Just stay there for a minute. Like, we don't quite know what we're doing right.
Okay. Well, I mean, that's kind of obvious.
Yeah, so, and this is Book of Secrets, verse 50 is what automatically happens when you enter this location. So, let's see what we got going on here. Alrighty. Oh, okay. This is a location that can never be explored.
Rickety bridges hang from the ornate dark iron bolts embedded in the cliffside. Even without weirdness shrouding them, this last part of the trail will be very dangerous. So you can spend 2 energy to climb the bridges, or you can turn back and move all characters from this location.
2 energy.
All right.
I got you 2 energy.
Go to verse 51. When you finally reach the top and the final stretch of the trail unfurls before your feet, you hope to feel joy, but its spark drowns in the overwhelming exhaustion. The last days weigh heavily on you. Now that you're almost at the King's Pass, there's only one thing on your mind: rest. One of the stone outcroppings just off the trail looks like a perfect place for a break and a quick meal, offering an incredible vista that reaches as far as the windmills of shunned lands. You cannot resist temptation. You veer off the trail to try to reach this spot. Just a couple steps more. A sudden burst of pain in your forehead twists you in half. You press your hands to your face in agony, and it takes you a while to realize the skin under your fingertips isn't really melting. It burns as if someone touched it with a white-hot branding iron. The brand! So far, you did not dwell too much on that night meeting in the Kingseekers, but now you have the final proof. They did something to you. Your knowledge of their order is hazy, but you recall that they are cursed forever to seek the one and the true King Author. Slowly succumbing to the madness and the taint of Wyrdness. Will your brand force you to do the same? Will you accept your fate and try to succeed where so many Kingseekers have failed? As you walk back to the trail, the pain subsides. It seems the brand wanted you to push forward. Despite your tiredness, conflicting thoughts crash your mind. You must choose one. You will be able to alter this choice in the future. It says you will, just for the record.
Okay.
So you can decide that you will fight the brand and discover a way to get rid of it. Or you can decide to obey the brand and accept your quest.
I'm feeling very questly,
Okay.
personally. But we can always change that in the future. And for people who back this game, you'll be able to change that in the future. Get a glimpse of what follows.
I feel like there's a lot of things people who back this game can do that we didn't do.
There's a lot.
A lot of decisions they could make that maybe are better than...
Significantly better than what we chose. Yeah. Read better is probably another thing they could do.
I'm down to follow the quest.
All right. Reaching the King of the East is the longtime dream of many heroes in the Western Avalon. And the Kingseeker said that you are the one who has the chance to finally achieve this. Gain secret card 6 and go to verse 370. So is it secret verse 370 or just, it's got to be, because I don't think there's anything that high.
Dutiful Kingseeker. Whenever you draw a feral Kingseeker encounter, go to BO7 verse 110. Spend an energy, rebel against fate, discard this card, and gain secret card 9.
Okay, so that's how you're going to be swapping between whether you're following fate or not.
Find an attached location 110, weirdness side up to this location.
Okay, cool.
Move all characters to location 110. All characters join this exploration as a single party.
Okay, there we go.
A sprawling, chaotic encampment surrounds the Broken King's Pass waystone. Vagabonds, merchants, wandering priests, madmen, and thrill seekers from all over the Four Maidens come here, all waiting for the pass to clear again. Some of them have been here for a long time now, judging from the size of the garbage heaps in the camp's outskirts, and the smell of human excrement carried by the wind down the pass. They look like a rugged tribe that followed their prophet through the parting sea, only to reach a place where the waves would no longer split, unable to go further, unwilling to turn back. As you're about to join the crowd, you notice that the camp's layout, which at first looked chaotic, does follow some unwritten rules. The noblemen and the merchants stick to the high ground next to the waystone, their wagons and colorful tents all close together. The middle of the camp is occupied by the common folk, simple travelers of all trades, not unlike yourself. The pariahs stay alone, pushed out to the edges, close to the creeping, dangerous Wyrdness. Swindlers, witches, fences, and other individuals no group was willing to accept. Where do you fit in here, traveler? If you have the cold heart, which I don't...
Cold Heart.
We have Cold Heart 2.
Yep.
We have to have part 1 or 2, so we could go to verse that. We also have there's Friend of Nobility.
We do not have that.
Okay, Sticky Fingers. We have that. And Champions of the Small Folk.
We do not have that.
All right, so which do you want to do, Cold Heart or Sticky Fingers?
Cold Heart, baby.
Yep.
Cold Heart it is. Go to verse 170.
I feel like you made your bed, Wes.
Wes
really
made
did.
his bed, and we're going to see where it led him.
I'm sorry I can't hear you with my hands over top of my ears. Approaching the camp center, you look for a spot where you could unfurl your bedroll. After a while, you notice some of the commotion between the people sitting here. Someone points at you. Someone else grabs a sword. Soon, a group of a dozen men and women walk out to meet you, and the looks on their faces do not bode well. How dare you? A woman shrieks. How dare you show your face here, you murderer! Good people of the realm, help us deliver justice to this fiend who attacked me and my friends in our camp down the trail. No wonder they seem so familiar. They're all brigands from the Wardburg. The commotion draws in many onlookers, and most of them seem to take the side of the brigands. Unfazed, you calmly lay down your arguments. These people blocked the trail illegally. They tried to illegally extort fees from travelers. You had the right to push them off of your way. You look around for support, but it seems that most of the people here who came by the wagon burrow never made their way here or are reluctant to admit that they paid the outrageous toll. Murderer! The woman shrieks again. This grave accusation draws in some nobles and priests to discuss the issue amongst themselves. They seem to believe you, but they also aren't willing to risk the fragile stability of this camp for the sake of some unknown traveler. Finally, a small, rotund priest of the All-Mother steps in front and delivers their judgment. You stand accused of a crime most foul by several people, and yet the ones who accuse you may be guilty of crimes as well. Without any witnesses or evidence, only the gods can judge this. I ordain the divine judgment. Should one of the parties refuse, they will be deemed guilty. The brigand woman voices her displeasure, but her comrades quickly silence her, smiling wryly. The onlookers cheer. You will have to fight one of them to the death. Choose one. Agree to fight, refuse to fight, or try to talk your way out of it.
We fighting, baby.
Okay.
Wes, you made that bed. I feel confident. We're in this together.
I'm sorry I can't hear you. My hands are over my ears. So we
Light
agree to
another
fight.
candle.
One party
Man, I
member.
wish.
So one party member will participate in the special combat encounter. You have significantly more health than I do.
It's probably me.
It's
You're
probably
also the fighter.
yeah.
Yep.
I do have that one really awesome combat.
You have an
card,
awesome card, but I've
I just
seen
have
a
that
lot of your
one.
combat
We're
cards.
just a candle maker.
I just throw candles at them.
throwing candles. And what happened to all that confident
Mr.
talk
Wiki.
from earlier?
Still there.
All right, cool.
All right, 210 it is. Oh my goodness.
We are in deep now.
The center of the camp is quickly cleared, and every pair of eyes in the area turns towards the scene. It seems this duel is the most interesting thing to happen in a long while.
Yeah, that sounds about right.
The rotund priest sweeps the sweat from his forehead and recites the rules. The brigands cheer as your opponent enters the circle. There's a beast of a man. He's half naked and covered in scars. This will not be easy. The priest carefully inspects your opponent and puts herb-infused magical ointment on his every bruise or scratch, then turns to you. To ensure the judgment is fair, you both need to be in the best fighting shape. Choose one character, they gain 4 health, draw secret card 52, hulking berserker combat encounter. The chosen character may exchange and trade their current items with ones held by other party members. Then choose the chosen character resolves the encounter.
What we got?
If you win,
18
or if you lose.
18 health. Whenever you would draw a combat card and there are none in your deck, discard the whole sequence. Lose 1 health, gain 1 fear, and shuffle your discard pile. Create a new combat card deck from them and draw a card. Continue the encounter.
Oh my.
Okay.
Good luck.
And you want to keep them unbalanced, so you want an uneven combat pool.
Oh my.
You got this.
You got this. I have faith.
We definitely haven't.
I'm just going to be over here in the corner.
Well, this may be a rough thing. Now, does it have outcomes if I win or if I lose?
Oh,
here?
yeah.
Okay,
Yeah.
cool.
Yeah, there's
'Cause,
both.
I just want to make sure we're...
There's both.
Okay. All right. I don't think he counts as a purple enemy.
All right, so you've got a ×2 down here on the bottom, which would be amazing if you started with a damage down
didn't
there.
draw anything that has a
Nothing
damage
that's
there.
triggering off.
So we just gonna have to roll and
You'd wait for now, maybe play an opportunity, see what happens.
yeah. I mean, the only thing is that I would assume technically they're counting 0 as even.
Yeah, I would as well.
Yeah.
So it'll be 3 hits right off the bat.
So you should play something, yeah?
Yes. Can I deal a single point of damage?
But if
to
you
him?
if you play something, you'd clog the ×2.
Oh gosh.
But 3 points, that
I
sucks.
can, and I probably can't escape this combat either. I'm probably very much.
No,
like-
You're in. Yeah,
All right,
you're
you know
gonna
what?
die or
I'll
you're
let it sit here real quick. You know, we'll take 3 hits. It's gonna happen.
Okay.
Okay, because you're gonna be rough regardless.
Drawing up 2 cards. There, that's
Okay, and now we can discard some cards here.
good. Powerful Bolt is a great next step. I like some of these simple damage cards here.
Okay, let me get rid of. It's not a purple encounter, so I'll get rid of Silver Bolt here. And I have a feeling Charge is going to actively kill me.
Okay.
And I think honestly we're rolling
Powerful
right
Bolt
into
up.
this.
Because that's going to be able to pull. You only need 1 up top there for 2 damage, and then ×2 down here. You're doing 4 damage right now.
It is going to be 4. It's going to be an even combat pool, but. And the nice thing is that after the enemy attacks, this card discards itself. So, alrighty.
2 more damage.
2 damage.
It's okay. You're good. You're good. You got
I
this.
got 3 health. All right.
This card discards
gone.
itself.
I'll
Draw up
a card.
another one. All right.
All right.
Now, what's the puzzle we're looking at? So this can pop on for sure.
And that'll prevent 2 damage.
So this
But
set here, which would be
it
doing 1
needs to
damage.
be
Got another damage,
a. Okay.
So, if this goes here and then this goes here,
I cannot. Okay, so I would need to connect it like this. Because this is fine here. I think. It's either that or it's this.
I don't hate that. That's 3 more damage.
Yeah. That is 3 more damage, and that'll put it on an odd instead of an even here.
You could go ahead and play that for a surge,
And that won't.
and that would do another damage.
Nope. We
No.
can't connect because it needs the lightning bolt.
Oh, it doesn't have the lightning bolt.
So we'll keep it like that. I think just that's fine. We're not going to be running away anyway. That'll deal 3 damage to him. Okay. He'll just deal 1 direct damage.
Yep.
Just fine. You know, we're 2 away from death at any moment here.
Drop.
Okay. Let's look at what we got going on here. We have a defend. Okay. So, defend will not prevent the direct damage.
Each party member prevents 2 damage, lose less.
And it is 2 direct, to be fair. Or
Okay.
two non-direct, right? 2 of the white. So it can't be the red. So what I might need to do here is... Okay. So let's... I don't have anything that's going to connect
No.
to deal damage right
No.
now. So I think I'm up a creek on that adventure for the moment. You know, what I can do... Yeah. No, I'm probably just going to eat the opportunity cost here. Well, that'll kill me.
No, you'll die. You've got to play something.
Gosh.
Isn't it? It's an uneven pool though. You're only going to take 1 point, right?
Yeah,
the
but if he
opportunity
takes
is
the
also
opportunity,
one. So I need to
cost,
I need to play
damage.
something. So let me just play this, just to reset
Reset
the
it
board.
back?
You know. So
Okay.
I did something. I'll take a single damage.
Drawing up another card.
So.
Okay.
Okay, we got. Okay, so at this point,
I'll start getting that ready for your death.
thank
Well,
you.
this would let you draw a card.
That would let me draw a card. It would also really not do great on some of these.
That's true. This would do some damage.
So what I could, so that'll do 2 damage.
Each party prevents 2, so you'd be able to survive 1 more round.
Yeah, I would need to only do the 1 here, I think.
Which would be fine.
Okay.
So set that down. You're dealing
Okay,
1 damage,
yep.
which evens it up.
And
And you
it'll
prevent
prevent it.
2 damage, which is going to prevent that whole cycle.
Okay. Okay.
Oh, what do we have here? You have 1, you don't have 2 up there, which is what you need.
Yeah.
You can do 1 more damage there at the bottom. After
place
enemy, this will
2.
destroy.
Gosh. I don't think it's going to, ooh. I mean, I can play this shield here.
Okay. Place 1 time on this card.
So I'm just going to draw a new card. I am going to be out of cards at the moment. And what was his thing when you're...
You'll refresh and lose a health.
I lose a health and refresh. Whew. All right, I think that's it. I think we're.
That was
we're
a
at
good.
0.
I mean, you held your own.
All right, so I appreciate you getting that ready on the defensive track.
You held your own there, man. I think you should be proud of that.
That was like 8 damage for a deck that has not been humming as well as I want it to
No.
on the damage front.
The priest declares you guilty, and the punishment is death by hanging, the prospect of which excites the crowd even more than the duel. And since the desolate king's pass lacked any trees, one of the noblemen graciously agrees to lend his high rune wagon to perform the deed. As they lead you towards the impoverished gallows, or improvised gallows, excuse me, you notice the dark silhouettes of misshapen creatures fade in and out of the weirdness at the edge of the camp. Did the Kingseekers also come to see you off this world? Their strange hum reaches you in your ears, but no one else seems to notice. The brand burns. Suddenly, a scream comes from somewhere around the edge of the crowd, then another. The weirdness has moved. Gain rumors and hearsay.
Hearsay.
Part 3. Wow, alright. Then go to verse 67. Oh my. Oh my, oh my, oh my. Jesse, do you want to read this one?
67.
67, it's quite long.
Screams tear through the camp as the curtains of colorful fog surround the King's Pass on all sides begin to draw close. Suddenly, people trample each other, grabbing their possessions in a hurry. Some flee south through the quickly narrowing trail. Some push closer to the broken waystone in the middle of the pass, hoping it would protect them. Weird candles are lit, prayers are said, but nothing seems to affect the slowly rolling wall of weirdness. Carried by the crowd, you are stopped by a line of guards just short of a waystone. At its feet, a King Loth has his shrieking wife, Ulfred, and his eldest son, Adith, argue something with a couple of sages, while several magicians, hags, and charlatans try every conceivable rite. In the meantime, people behind your back begin to push harder, threatening to crush you against the guards who barely hold the human tide. Next to you, a blackened robe woman is also pushed against the shield wall. With a strange accent, she shouts at the guards to immediately let her through, but no one listens to her in the clamor. You find it harder and harder to breathe. Fire is waking in your lungs and on your forehead. The brand burns. This is not the end of your search. It will not let you slip into unconsciousness. With an inhuman force, you push the guard and send him flying back. Wild scuffle erupts as other travelers push into the gap. Grappling with another guard, you notice the robed woman walks past the skirmish and towards the stone. The combat parts around her like a tide before a calliope. On her robe, you notice a symbol of Schernbog, the dark god of Vindia. The priests already gathered at the stone shout at the woman to stop, but she ignores them and drops her hood. Her bald head is covered in tattoos that represent strong arms and extending from a pool of red, arms not unlike those you see on the waystone. Suddenly, a small clay vessel appears in her hands. Other priests try to stop her, but she only smiles and tosses the vessel in a wide arc above their heads. It hits the waystone and shatters, letting out a dark red liquid that oozes onto the pores of the stone. Everyone at the pass suddenly freezes as the waystone begins to move. The white hands etched in the surface come to life, making erratic, unnatural moves. They begin to pull the stone's remains together, and despite having no eyes to guide them, they affix the rubble in correct positions. And then, with a flash, the waystone comes to life. The mist immediately starts to roll back, slow at first and then faster and faster. In a moment, it passes the original edge of the camp, and it only keeps accelerating. Before you, a beautiful panorama of the King's Pass in spring unfurls like a giant scroll of an ancient artist. High snowbound mountains, green glens, silvery streams. The roads lead from here in all directions. They're cobbles as old as human history on Avalon. This enormous expanse is now open for you to explore. The cheer that breaks out from the hundreds of throats is deafening. Amid the spontaneous celebrations, the Chernbog priest dissolves into the crowd, and you're left with a question burning in your mind. What now? Each character gains one experience, then go to verse 400. 400.
Oh, yeah.
And I think probably the end of our story.
Probably. Oh, the King's Pass is open. People of all sorts once again walk the trails connecting the four maidens. The lost kingdom of Lothian, the mysterious Venetia, and the southern provinces. The stone quickly becomes a rallying place for countless expeditions, big and small. Some head to the southern provinces, where a slave rebellion is said to tear apart the Fomorian colonies. Others set out for Venetia, where the Chernabog priestess took her secrets. But the largest of the expeditions belongs to King Loth. His recruiters immediately set to work, offering impressive wages to people of all trades who agree to travel with them to reclaim the land of Lothian and recapture Loth's castle, lost and abandoned in Wyrdness over a decade ago. Do we have Secret Card 6?
Secret Card 6.
We do.
Oh, do we?
Yep.
Okay.
We will go to verse 405. Your brand begins to throb faintly. Of all known lands, the Lost Kingdom Lothian extends the furthest to the east and will take you the furthest towards your destination. Apart from that, Castle Lothian held the most extensive library of maps and geographical treaties. It is also the staging ground from which Claudine began his failed journey. If you wish to succeed in your quest of finding the king in the east, this place could be of great help. Not to mention your own painfully overdue business in Lothian. With this in mind, you approach one of King Loth's recruiters. Congratulations! Completed Chapter 1 of the Kings of Ruin campaign. Count the number of time passes, statuses, and check the result below. We had 1. You explore at a moderate pace. Remember that in future chapters, some interactions will change and some opportunities will fizzle away if too much time passes. Each player finds all skill cards with their character symbol and with attribute symbols that represent attributes of their character that are equal to or higher. Elgin finds all skill cards with Elgin's name. Each player attaches one of those skill cards to the character board slot with a matching attribute. Either save your game or ready for Chapter 2.
Nice.
There we go.
Cool. First off, absolute blast.
Oh, yeah.
Second off, thank you for watching if you've made it this far. Third off, if you have made it this far, genuinely, and I mean this, you better help this video blow up. Hit the like button, make sure you're subscribed, leave a comment down below, share the video, and I mean that, share the video to the nethers. I would love to continue playing this here on the channel. The reality is with campaigns, if they don't get the support that other videos get on the channel, we cannot continue playing them publicly because it hurts our channel if the algorithm sees poorly executed videos or poorly received videos. That's just the nature of it. We have Chapter 2.
Yep.
I want to play Chapter 2. I'm going to play Chapter 2. Whether or not I show it to you is the question. Share to Facebook, share to Reddit, leave a comment. If we have enough engagement here, we'll make sure it happens. And if not, it'll be over on Patreon, and we'll have more conversations and review this here on the main channel.
Absolutely.
Yep. Thank you for watching. Thank you for being here. And
Whatever the case.
Whatever you do,
don't forget to do the important thing.
Remember to do the important thing. Get out and play some games.
Do the
We'll see you next time.